We are live.
Welcome to
Bro.
Subjectively Correct, episode number 30. We did it. I don't that's not really any
The
kind of
big 3-0.
accomplishment.
It's something. 30
Not
episodes. Not too
really.
bad.
It's not halfway through a year. It's not a full year. I just felt like clapping, so I hit a little
Well,
clap.
it's 30. And
Um,
us streaming 30
oh,
times is
this
a
guy's just yapping. Okay, he's just
bigger
talking over me.
accomplishment than Born Again is because it's fucking terrible. Respectfully, as a
Hey,
fan of
bro,
Daredevil.
you gotta save the F words for later, dude.
Sorry. I'm pissed.
We're too
I'm pissed.
early in here, right?
I'm
We're too
pissed.
early
It's
in.
terrible. I'm sorry.
Um, Okay, well, geez, dude, I'm trying to intro, and you're like, "And let's talk about this." All right, hold on.
Sorry.
So,
I'm
all right, just give me a second, all right? Like, let me
intro, intro
let
it
me
up. Intro it
reset.
up.
Let me reset here.
I guess we didn't
Um,
really introduce ourselves either.
my name's Caleb. He's Jake. Born Again's it's return to form. It soars and
It's a return to
whatever
the form of
best
season 1 of Born
best
Again.
best Marvel movie since Endgame or whatever. Can I have free stuff now?
Yeah, please give me free stuff
No,
and
no, no.
let
You
me
you
come
already
to
said
a
it. You
release
already said
event.
it's terrible. You're not. You're
Um,
out, bro. You're out. I'm trying to dissociate myself here.
but I
Anyway,
wanna chill out.
yeah. So look, here's the deal. We got one episode of Born Again out. And it exists. Before
Sick.
that, I was going to ask because I wanted to start on more of a positive. We're gonna get into breaking down the episode in a little bit. And it's gonna take a
Yeah,
minute because
got some
we don't
notes.
like it. But before that, I want to start off more of a positive note because you've seen Project Hail Mary, and I wanted to ask
Oh,
you about that,
yes.
but you just decided to go right
Yes.
into world's over.
Well, sorry. I was on my hope thing when I went and saw Project Hail Mary, and then I just remembered I just remembered I had to watch the next thing I had to watch was Daredevil. And not good real Daredevil season 1 through 3, Born Again, which is terrible. But Project Hail Mary was a really solid movie. The dialogue was really good. Having a movie where, aside from the flashbacks and stuff, most of it is, it's like what, 2.5 hours? And most of it is just two people talking to each other. Having it stay interesting and compelling the whole time is pretty impressive from a dialogue standpoint. Visually, the movie was fantastic, obviously. Um,
Did you see
it,
it in
it was
IMAX
just
or
good.
regular?
IMAX. Dude, the sound,
Nice.
I gotta tell the sound was so good.
Yeah,
Like, when they
it was.
were no spoilers here, but when they were, the ship was, like, spinning in
Iron
space
Man dies.
with the super suspenseful music, I was like, "Oh, oh," and then it just cuts and you could hear a pin drop in my theater.
Yeah,
It was almost sold out, and it was silent.
that's good to
That
hear.
was
I've
that
I've
was a
now
that
seen
was a
it
good
twice.
movie.
I've seen
It
it
was
twice
good.
since we last spoke, or I've seen it a second time since we last spoke. I saw it twice before you saw it once, actually.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I got out and I texted you that I
dude,
saw it, and you're like, "I saw it twice, whatever."
look, I feel bad for anyone at theater the second time because my dad was there the second time, and he was with me the first time, and I think okay. My dad's not a what's I'm trying to think of the right word. It's not, I guess, thoughtful, but it's a different word for thoughtful. Um,
Not a
he
critical
thinks
thinker movie-wise.
my phones, not that. I'm saying how thoughtful he is of other people in the theater. He's not too bad. He's not like on the phone during the movie, but he's like, my phone's brightness is all the way down, so this should be fine, and I can text somebody. Except he doesn't have dark mode. Honestly, if your brightness is all the way down, you got dark mode on, it should be fine. If you got light mode on, you may as well have the brightness all the way up. But then he was also kind of yip yapping through part of it, and I'm like, "Hey, the movie technically officially released today. We saw it 4 days early, so like maybe let's let everyone else enjoy it." And I'm not gonna lie, I took a little nap ski through the start of the movie just because I was like coming off of work and I was really tired, and I was
Fair.
like, because it was like 10. I got there. I basically left where I was working and got straight there. So I took a little nap ski, a little. So I missed a little some of the good stuff in it, which that's a little annoying, but I'd already seen it and I was like, I want to
Yeah,
watch it again.
yeah.
The only complaint I have is there should have been more science, which is harder
I
to do
agree.
in the format. They did not explain a lot of the stuff in there enough at all.
Yeah.
Um, And that was similar in The Martian, kind of, but it's a harder thing to do with the format of
Mhm.
a movie because you don't get the thoughts.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of time to do each thing. So from a runtime point, like it makes sense to kind of gloss over it and make it pretty quick, but it's still there's not enough science.
Yeah,
The
we have
Martian
got
the Martian was better about that than this was, I think, but I
The
still
Martian,
even The
there's not much
Martian.
more science to go with it. It's like he's like, "I planted plants."
Well, yeah, I guess that one since he's by
And there's a little
himself,
bit like
it's
the
more of
slingshot
him
around the
like
moon or the
I
Earth stuff.
I guess less science, more like problem solving, but I guess it also
Some of
feels
the
that
Donald
way.
Glover stuff had some more science in it, I guess, but
Yeah, I think it probably also feels that way because The Martian. He's completely alone, so it's just like him talking to him, like talking himself through problem solving. Whereas this one was like,
they kind of went
obviously
out
had a
the
different
window
dynamic.
with the whole science thing when he was like, "What if I poke a hole in my spacesuit?"
Yeah, but I can fly around like Iron Man though.
Yeah, it was like, you know, you'd explode, but you know, it's
It's
cool,
like,
so whatever.
but it was cool, so it's it's all
Yeah,
right.
they didn't do all that, but yeah, whatever.
But
It's fine.
was it cool though?
I'm pretty sure he would be dead, but yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, what was I about to say? I was about to say something else. Oh yeah. Also, since last week, we got the announcement, and all 26 people are gonna be hype when this drops. Wonder Man season 2, baby. It's coming. I'm pretty sure I'm the only person on planet Earth who made a video about Wonder Man season 1.
I think so.
And it was like pretty whatever because I was genuinely so like what is why when I watched the show. Um
Yeah, I just don't know why it existed.
I don't know why they're making a second season because they're probably gonna spend like $450 million on it.
Yeah, I I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like Moon Knight was garbage, but there's more people who like Moon Knight than freaking Wonder Man, bro.
Sorry, I was looking on YouTube. I looked up Wonder Man review, and it's all shill accounts.
And maybe they
Um,
liked it. It's not garbage enough that I'd say anyone positively. I don't think they needed to get any shill people going because they were like, hopefully no one notices this show came out.
well,
Um,
I don't think they're making money off this. I think this was just shill people going,
I don't know. There's
I'll show how it works.
something I think you can find in Wonder Man that you'd be like, that's pretty good.
I think you could find a shell of a good show that you could then make a good show from.
It's a pretty awful superhero project
Well, yeah, because he's not heroic.
and terrorist turned actor
He's super
project.
technically, but he's not
Terrorist
heroic at all, which is kind of the
terrorist
the big thing.
terrorist show. I don't know what you
Yeah,
would.
and I guess with how he like blows up I guess both of the main characters could technically be classified as terrorists.
Yeah, he did bomb a studio.
So
He did.
I guess it's just following
Dude,
two
there's no
terrorists.
way that guy has not blown up a grocery store or an
No,
intersection.
you go to the or like when he goes to get gas and sees that it's like $4 now and he doesn't
Well,
blow
he's
up.
in LA too, so it's like
Yeah,
$8.
he's paying for $9 gas. I don't even blame him for blowing up at that point. I'm like, I,
Yeah, it's so fun because
I
it's
gotta
like,
drive to
and I
work
know
and I'm
I
like,
know I've talked about this before, but it's also in my video of like he's like, my girlfriend broke up with me. Boom.
yeah,
And
if
I'm like, you went through way worse stuff than that in your age, and you're like, I've managed to keep this a secret my whole life. I'm like, no, you haven't,
yeah, you're a struggling actor.
dude.
You
Dude,
can't
I was in
afford
a lane today.
a nine
I
dollar
was,
a
I
gallon
was in,
gas.
I was in a lane today, and it clearly there were signs saying this lane's gonna end. Someone you got to merge over, and it's at a stoplight, right? Now this person thinks they're tough, and they come in the lane that's about to end, and so I'm looking at him, and we both know it's about to happen, right? Where it's gonna have to be a race off the line. I gun it. I'm already like 30 miles per hour over the speed limit. They're going like 50 over. This is like 40-mile-per-hour area too. So I would have blown up right there. I've been like, no, you know this lane was ending, and you still decided to be a turd
Yeah,
about it. All
you
right.
gotta stand on your
Dang, you
decision.
ever heard of a zipper merge? Shut up. All right. I'm right. All right. If you're
You were
not
hey,
driving
if
exactly how
you
fast
were
I'm
up front,
driving, if
you're
you're driving
driving too
faster
fast or
than
too
me,
slow.
you're driving too fast. If you're driving slower than me, you're driving too slow. Okay. The speed
Yes,
limit is
it's just
irrelevant. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, Wonder Man was miles better than episode 1 of Born Again, season 2. Well, and season 1.
Well, I think it's
Um,
pretty telling that season 1 of Born Again had less viewership than Agatha all along.
well, Daredevil's not a
that's
very
all that
popular
needs to be said,
character.
which is
That's
just
what
not
people said.
it's just not
I
true
mean, it's
at all.
kind of true, but it's not when it's like, who are you comparing him to? Captain America? It's like, yeah, okay, okay, you know what? Fair. Who else? Well,
Yeah.
Agatha Harkness, obviously, and
You
it's
know,
like,
Captain
wait, whoa, hold
America,
on, hold
Iron
on, hold on,
Man,
hold on,
Agatha
wait.
Harkness,
Well, let's run it back a second. You said,
Goose from
I
Captain
who did
Marvel.
you just say? Who did you just say? Well, I said Iron Man. Yeah, no. At what was the one
What was
after
the one
Iron
after?
Man?
Agatha Harkness,
I said Captain
everybody's
America.
favorite character.
What about you said Agatha something? Who's that? What you
Who?
Agatha? Everyone knows Agatha Harkness.
Everybody, we all love
3
Agatha.
million more viewers, by the way. It was like 7.5 for Born Again and like 10 something for Agatha.
Yeah. I forget, was Agatha 8 episodes? Was it even the
Brother,
same?
I don't know. I'm not convinced that Agatha all along came out.
Yeah, I don't know that it's real, to be completely frank, because
I don't know
less
that it
people
actually
talked about it
released.
than Wonder Man.
Okay, you're only saying that because I watched Wonder Man, though. You would have no idea Wonder Man came out if I didn't watch it.
No, that's not true. I watched the trailers and went, "Oh, I'm good.
Huh.
I'll pass I'll pass
All
on that
right.
one."
All right.
Oh, that's way worse. I'll pass.
Dude, I would have so much rather been watching an episode of Wonder Man last night. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't care about anybody in Wonder Man. I
That's
guess is the thing.
fair.
And in
Born
fairness, I
Again,
don't
I'm just
really
watching, like,
care
I
about these
don't
characters in Born Again because they're not the real characters.
they
So
they simply aren't the same characters. It's just the same actors playing a different role. But
yeah. So I've
I
been
do care about the characters in that this is a chance for me to see some of my favorite characters ever, like, doing the same stuff again, and instead I'm just watching them all get either literally murdered or just murdered in spirit. And it literally within I think 3 minutes of the first episode, I was like fuming angry.
all right.
There's
Before
there's
we
there's
go into the episode, though,
oh, yeah, I'll
is that
save
an
that.
episode thing or is it like a secondary thing?
No, it's an episode thing. I was gonna blow
All
up
right.
real quick, but
This is
I'll
what the
save it. I'll save
next
it.
8 weeks are looking like. So next week we got a double feature. Right? We got shoot the moon in the scales and the sword. So the scales and the sword would imply what? The swordsman and what's the scales? Who
Well, it's saying like the scales of justice,
yeah, yeah, I
like
didn't think about that.
the
I
lady
was thinking a little too literally.
from the original
I
intro,
well, and also just
and just general.
from
But
real world
yeah,
justice. Yeah, I was thinking too literally. But yeah, so we got the swordsman shoot the moon. I don't know what the moon thing is, but obviously
Moon
Bullseye is
Knight,
gonna be
Moon
seeing
Knight.
gloves off. Boxing. The grand design. Whatever. That's probably a Heather Flynn
Are they gonna
episode.
do a Thrawn and be like,
Oh,
"This was my plan the
bro,
whole
grand design is
time"?
definitely gonna be a Heather episode.
Dude, if we get like a Karen episode, but it's Heather.
Requiem. All right, cool. Whatever. The hateful darkness. All right, whatever. The Southern Cross. Cool. But then Punisher, that has been officially announced. One last kill, Punisher. So first off,
Woo.
I kind of like that they're doing it like it's gonna be a week after Born Again. In a world where they made good stuff, I'd be lit.
I'd be
Um,
pumped if
do you
this
have
was
any
good.
hope? Do you have any hope for Punisher?
I have hope for Punisher.
How much hope?
Well, okay, it's what, like a 45-minute thing,
Hour,
right? Like, okay, so it's an
1 hour.
hour-long special presentation. I don't think it's gonna be some, feat of storytelling, but I think it'll be okay because John Bernthal's writing it. I think the action will most likely be better than anything we see in Born Again, at least from like a visuals perspective. It'll probably be a simple story where Punisher murders people. Like it's not gonna be anything crazy. It might
Okay,
lead into Spider-Man, maybe.
you're
I don't
forgetting
know.
it probably won't have Cherry in it though.
No, hold on. You're right. Let me think for a second.
There might not be any Kirsten McDuffie scenes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
um,
the thing is, I could do without one or the other, but without both, I don't know.
hold on. I don't even think we're gonna get a BB report.
Oh, no! Dude, how are they supposed to do exposition without a BB
Yeah,
report?
if you don't have
What are
Cherry,
they gonna
Kirsten, you
do?
don't have Cherry, Kirsten, or the BB report. So where are you gonna get any exposition done? Honestly, the BB report doesn't even do exposition. They just do useless stuff.
It literally
Kirsten and
does
Cherry, at least
nothing.
they exposit whatever's happening. The BB report does
Yeah,
nothing.
they so
Yeah, I look, I don't think any of this Daredevil is gonna be good. Okay, I wasn't hope. I wasn't like this is gonna be like amazing, but I was like, I never thought it could really be good because it had to come after season one, which sucked. Right, and
that
honestly, upon further review, the new team episodes who made this whole show, those are way worse than the old team episodes. The old team
yeah,
episodes suck,
yeah,
but the new team, bro, episode 8 and 9 are so bad.
dude,
The
this
line Agent Nadim, like I know we joke about it, Agent Nadim and all that might be the worst line ever written in
ever.
the
It,
MCU.
it
It's up there.
genuinely, I
It's
think
up
it
there.
is because
That mixed with it's in,
because Agent Nadim and all that was literally like the final piece of the
but
puzzle to put Kingpin away for good, and they're like,
and
oh,
on top of that, dude, and on top of
whatever.
that, Heather or not Heather, it was Kirsten's line in episode 8 where
Oh,
where they're like, Matt, by the way, Bullseye's gotten moved to Gen Pop. I'm telling you, but I don't think you should do anything about that. And he goes, well, who ordered this? And she goes, I knew you would ask that. And it's like, well, obviously, that's the next thing you would ask if you bring it up. There's that. There's the moment where it's like the cops bust into Heather Glenn's office and they're like, Muse has been shot dead by bullets. Obviously, Daredevil stopped him. Known bullet user Daredevil.
also, wasn't she like holding a gun?
No, she
Or
dropped it because she was
oh,
dead at that point.
right,
And then they
right,
were like,
right.
she's been stabilized, but she just wasn't. Like, Daredevil didn't wrap her up. So that was like an ADR line, but like, they're just like, so the office is a mess. She's bleeding out. He's shot to dead. There's a gun there. And they're like, must have been Daredevil.
Dude, also, this is getting ahead of myself, but it's another ADR in episode 1 of season 2, like I don't know, 2/3, 3/4 of the way through. There's an ADR line where they just throw in the like Red Hook to remind you that
I
that's a
don't know.
thing that
So some
happened.
of the ADR in this stuff, I'm not sure which parts are ADR. And that
It
one,
wa-
I assumed it was
that
because they were
that one
going
was
back and
really
reverting it.
obvious, but
There's only one that I noticed where I was like, that's so bad.
that one wasn't terrible, but I could tell that it was ADR, and it was literally just like, remember Red Hook from last
There was
season
one that
that
was
we
real
haven't talked
bad, and I
about
was like,
yet?
why is this? Why?
I
Um,
also so far in episode 1, they haven't talked about the end of season 1. Like, they were doing the whole "We are the
what do you
city
mean?
without fear" thing,
Well,
but,
no,
like,
that's what's happened. That's what
I
Karen
know
and
that's,
Cherry
like,
are.
kinda what's going on, but, like,
All right, bro.
all the
You're
people
just
that
getting
were
ahead of
there
yourself.
are
I guess we can just
uh,
get right in the episode, man.
dude, I wanna
Ah,
get this over
God.
with. I hate that.
All right.
I hate this show so
So
much.
we open.
I don't like it.
We open with okay. In fairness, the only time this isn't the most pissed off I've been. We'll see what happens. So the most pissed off I was to just like go
There will be
without a
no
video.
body cams.
No, so Peacemaker season 2, when the finale of that finished, I was so pissed. I made that 45-minute video on my channel, which is actually like one of my better videos, which is impressive to me. But I made that in like 3 days. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
I watched it and I was like, this sucks. And I just was pissed off about it. I was kind of like that at moments. It was really once the first, I've only seen it once. I wasn't watching it extremely closely. I was watching it pretty closely, but I wasn't like, Jake was pointing stuff out, and I was like, I honestly didn't even look at that. I'll have to go back and double check. Um, it wasn't until they cut away from the opening. Once we got to Heather, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
But anyway,
oh, right, this is the show.
we open with the recap, right? So the recap. Now, why are you talking about the recap? Well, it's important because you don't remember what happened, and neither do I. I actually remember what happened really well, but we open up with our recap of all the important events from season 1. And previously, Vanessa says, I need a favor. And Bulls is like, you want me to kill someone? This is the infamous Agent Nadim and all that line. So basically, that's how Foggy died. They remind us of the moment in episode 1 that makes no sense where Bullseye had his mask off for no reason and then pulls it down. And the only reason is like so that you could show the camera. And it's Bullseye. I remember Bullseye. I remember this guy.
Look, it's Wilson
um,
Bethel.
yeah. So then, yeah, obviously he went to Matt was called to Rikers to come visit Bullseye and broke his face in, said the F word, got a bunch of people killed, all in character, obviously. Um, and then Bullseye, after he got out, he was gonna go shoot Fisk, and Matt took a bullet for him. Whoa!
Knowing, by the way, that Kingpin wears bulletproof suits.
It seems like that's just not a thing anymore. By
It
the
seems
way,
like it's not a thing, but it feels like they probably maybe should have brought it up because, maybe a line from Kingpin, maybe whatever.
I'm not gonna lie,
Just
that was
something
pretty.
that's
It's
like
pretty subtle in the first season of Daredevil. There's no way these writers picked up on that.
the bulletproof suits.
Yeah, it's pretty like no one ever explicitly says it's a bulletproof suit, right? He tries to cut him and you see it, and then you learn later that it was made by Melvin Pot, right? You gotta be paying attention to pick up on that.
You have to not be a brain dead
No, you
dunce.
gotta be, bro. You gotta be watching the show. All right, how are we supposed to do that and scroll my TikToks?
That's a good point because I guess if you're scrolling on
Right? There's
TikTok,
only a line,
it's
and
hard to
Matt's like,
also look
Matt's
at the
only like,
screen.
remember, Matt's also only like, why'd he do that? Well, also, why doesn't Bullseye just shoot him in the head? You know, you could ask all these questions. Then
And
we
why
get
does
one
he
of the
shoot once and then just stop and be like,
well, because it's a
I
bullpup.
I've been foiled.
You clearly don't know how guns work, man. So, oh, this guy doesn't know how guns work. Well, the clip was empty. The clip was empty. By the way, Lee Harvey Oswald reloaded a bolt action rifle about in about 3 seconds. So shot 3 times at a moving target, hit twice.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Okay.
We
But then
can't
we
talk
get one
about
of
the
the.
CIA today. We
Then
don't
we
have
get one
time.
of the.
No.
Oh, we got to talk about the CIA today. It's part of the show.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
yes.
yeah, anyway, we get one of the funniest moments from season 1 where Matt's in the hospital and and Heather's like walking up to him and Matt wakes up and calls her Karen. And you're like, it's been a year since Karen was even
Yeah, he
in
hasn't
this.
seen her for a year.
He hasn't seen her in a year. They haven't dated in 10 years.
Yeah.
Why why did he just go
And they
woman
never
must have
actually
been
dated. They went on a
woman
date and kissed
must
a
have
couple
been
times.
Karen. And obviously the reason it happened is because this was new team episode, and Karen's coming back, so you got to remember Karen back.
Yeah, I have to remind you that Karen is a character that exists in the
Yeah,
show.
this is all the
So,
recap, by the way. We're 40 seconds in, and we're kind of skipping through some of these. So,
yeah. Just a reminder that all of these characters exist. Cherry exists, BB Urich exists, Swordsman exists. Kingpin
Kirsten
recruits.
referred to Cherry as his hatchet man.
Yeah.
And then as an exposition line, because they know you don't remember Cherry, they go, Matt, he's my investigator. And then they show the scene where Powell walked up to the van to be like, where they were like, hey, pal, do you know who Nikki Torres is? You ever heard of this guy? And he's like, no. Anyway, I got to go execute this guy in the streets real quick. Let me pull up to Cherry in the van. But yeah, they're not gonna remember who Cherry is. Slip in that line of Matt telling you Cherry's his investigator. Anyway, so we get that, and then they have Hawkberg talking to Matt. I sit on a pyramid over 500 ADAs. You're not gonna be able to stumble into traffic court without one up your ass. What's the point of that? Well, remember, Hawkberg's mean, even though he was fully in the right in that entire court case.
Yep.
Which is insane, I guess, except for the truth that he was arguing. But then what he was complaining about, he was definitely right. Because Matt was like, this evidence is inadmissible. You can't use this in court. And the judge was like, that's a fair point, man. And then Matt used that evidence in court. And it's supposed to be, it's like, oh yeah, Daredevil. And then Hawkberg's like, disbarred? Question mark? Mistrial? And the judge is like, can't do it, bro.
Sorry, it was cool.
Yep, BB is short for something. Ben Urich. And then we get Gallo. Remember
Yeah,
Gallo?
like
Remember Gallo? Going, you know, Fisk is the main suspect in your uncle's murder. Like,
Wait,
okay.
yeah, like, all right.
Remember Gallo? You guys
I
remember
do, I
Gallo?
do. I
He's
forgot that
big.
his name was Gallo, but he's the guy that
They
got
sh
his head crushed.
they also show us a flashback of
Oh,
the BB report.
yeah.
Just to remind you, because the first scene in the show is BB report, so they're like, remember these useless scenes that had CGI pigeons?
And
They
then we
remind us Heather
get
Glenn exists.
the there will be no body
Yeah,
cams.
I'm
New
not
York
quite there yet.
City
I'm
is
not quite
under
there yet.
martial law.
I'm not quite there yet. So then we have the moment where Fisk asks Heather to be his commissioner of mental health,
Yeah, so
which, as a reminder, makes no sense because she randomly decides like so the way it goes is Heather is gonna be killed by Muse. Daredevil saves her, and then she shoots Muse. And then Daredevil leaves, the task force runs in, and it's like, it was Daredevil. And then Heather was unconscious and in a coma, and they were like, the task force, you guys take credit for it. So the task force are like, we killed Muse. And then Heather, who's clearly a self-righteous, what's the right word? She's very full of herself, cocky, selfish.
narcissist.
She thinks she's the great. She's narcissistic. She thinks she's the greatest. It's like would totally be like, "Actually, I did that." Because she literally says that. She's like, "I saved me." And then Matt's like, I gotta he's like, "I can't believe why would Fisk reach out to you?" And she's like, "Oh, come protect me from my story getting co-opted." And it's like, well, no, they actually already did that. Literally on live TV, they co-opted your story like 3 seconds ago. But then she just decides that like Matt's being is all jealous that Fisk wants to see her for some reason, even though it'd be really well known that like Matt actively was instrumental in
Like
taking
got
Fisk down.
him,
Not as
put him in
Daredevil,
prison.
as in Matt Murdock,
As in
the
just
lawyer.
himself.
Yeah. Um,
Why do you care so
and
much
then
about Daredevil? Or
yeah,
about
so
Kingpin?
she gets all offended, and I guess then when Matt calls her Karen, she's like, "Okay, anyway, now I'm gonna go work for Fisk, who
I'm evil now.
co-opted my story." And it gets worse. They actually managed to do even worse with her. Then they remind us swordsmen existed. Consider yourself founding member of the anti-vigilante task force. And I cannot believe they put the line in. But then he goes, they repeat there will be no body cams, no due process, no warrants. Yeah, I cannot believe they put that line in because that is one of the
The
worst lines in the
the
show.
last shot is the city without fear.
Yes, they didn't put that line in, thankfully.
They didn't put the
I thought
line, but they had the shot of
Daredevil. The real Daredevil was the French man logo. They did not put that line in the recap.
no,
I
they
was
did not,
that did
fortunately.
not get put in the recap. But yes, that was the recap. That was all the important stuff. Literally only one shot of Muse, who took up 3 episodes. Not a single shot of the White Tiger, which seemingly is going to be relevant. Um, yeah, not they didn't go back to Kamala Khan's dad either.
I don't know why. They didn't even mention the gym
They didn't
heist.
show Detective Kim. No one's gonna know who Detective Kim is when
The
she shows up
negotiator,
later.
dude. I
No one's gonna show. No one is. Everyone's gonna be like, "Who's this new character?" And they're gonna be like, "No, no, no. She was in at least 4 scenes. She's really good at telling jokes. Remember?
She's
She
super
thought of a
funny.
super complicated joke with accent changes and timing. Nailed it perfectly off the cuff, first try, no Google in episode 4 or 5 of season 1. They did not
Yeah.
show Leroy Bradford. Who was they showed way too much in season 1. Jake, off the top of your head, do you know who Leroy Bradford is?
Is it Fiddle Faddle guy?
It is Fiddle Faddle guy. I'm shocked that they did not. They really were a big fan of showing Leroy Bradford in
Yeah,
season 1.
I don't know why they wouldn't
Remember,
have
they
him
showed him during the "We Are
because
the City Without Fear" montage. They showed Leroy Bradford.
they did.
Yes, he was.
Oh, yeah, they
He
did.
was shown in that montage
Do you want me to pull up a picture for the people at home?
for Fiddle Faddle guy.
Yeah, just so they
No,
just
no.
sorry, I have a picture of him edited onto a box of Fiddle Faddle.
Oh, okay. Well, you can pull that up. You can
Uh, hold on
you
one
can pull
sec.
that up. I didn't need like just a screenshot for the first step. I was like, nah, nah, he's literally irrelevant. No one cares.
It's actually being a pain. I'm not gonna pull it up, but you can imagine it.
Anyway, yeah, there. So I just want to before we go into the full season thing, just as like a bit of a reminder. It's like just go listen to his speech in Born Again season 1 episode 9. Listen to that final speech where he ends with "We are the city of fear," and then listen to his speech from season 3 episode 13 where he says "a man without fear."
Yeah.
Just to remind yourself of like what you're comparing here when you're like, we're back, we're so back.
Dude, go listen to a random dialogue scene between, like, Wesley
Oh,
and
don't worry, we're
Leland,
gonna do
and
it. We're
it's
gonna do a
a
little.
billion times better.
We're gonna do like a thought experiment later because I don't know this is gonna be a fact, but I have a thought experiment that you're gonna be able to give me a random timestamp, and I will click on it in both season 1, episode 1 of the Netflix show and season 2, episode 1 of Born Again. Or I guess we could do season 2, episode 1 of both, since season 2 sucks according to social media compared to Born Again season 1.
Mhm.
Season 2 of Daredevil is not even that good. It's all right, but it's not even that good.
According to,
Internet people.
mentally deficient people.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was the that was the recap of the most hyped season of television.
Yeah.
Um,
And the
yeah.
first shot in this season that we get is, BB report propaganda footage. So, that's pretty great.
So we called this, by the way. Like, I know it was pretty
Yeah,
obvious. I know it was pretty
but a lot
obvious.
of people, like, didn't either didn't
Pick up
notice
on
or
it.
just didn't, like, talk about it.
Pick up that it was clearly propaganda. I guess maybe it was so obvious that they. I don't know. We
Becau
pointed
well,
it out,
because
and I didn't really see anyone else.
every person I saw talking about it was just talking about, like, the scene, and not that the scene was
Obviously,
obviously
this isn't
propaganda footage. Like,
because Fist doesn't have fat old ladies on anti-vigilante task force.
yeah, it's all
We're
just,
gonna
like,
well, this will probably
murderers.
come up later in the episode. I'm not sure that they know what a vigilante is. They keep referring to Muse as a vigilante.
Yeah. Well, they're just calling anyone a vigilant. Like, when they just murdered the random person and put a mask on
That
them.
was funny, but that at least is like,
That was actually hilarious because of
but
how
but
ridiculous
that
it
at
was.
least is like, I guess they were like, he has a mask on, but he wasn't
Yeah.
even like. And it's also funny that they're like, no, he was like, I know, I guess that's the point that you're supposed to be like, because it's the I mean, you're gonna get the same argument you get with when you're like the whole X-Men aren't accepted in society is stupid, and the big
Yeah.
2026 we're like, well, that's the point. It's supposed to be stupid.
It's like,
Um, I know that's the
no.
point that I'm supposed to watch season 1 and where they shoot the hell out of the guy and they're like, he's a masked vigilante, and they
Yeah.
roll the ski mask down his face. I'm supposed to be like, you can't just
Wow.
shoot vigilantes.
These guys are really evil, but it's just
Like, what is the
comically
definition of
stupid.
vigilante? Let's just like let me just because I know what it is, but I want to have like a clear definition. This is what they would get if they looked it up. A member of a self-appointed group of citizens who undertake law enforcement in their community without legal authority, typically because legal agencies are thought to be inadequate. That's the definition of vigilante. This guy robbed a store or whatever. Like he was running away and and
Yeah.
he got shot. Like like you're saying like how is it's somehow better for them to go, he's a mass vigil. He was trying to stop people from breaking the law, so he shot him in the face.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
Just that's the whole thing. But yes, we get this BB report propaganda but we'll learn she's not actually working for Fisk. She's playing Daniel Blake. That's TikTok man for those of you that don't remember. He's the whole Phil guy.
yeah.
Wow, Mr. Fifth, you did a great job filling that hole, Mr. Fifth.
Man, Mr. Fisk, you really fill those holes so good, Mr. Fisk. You
Yes, so
fulfill my hole, Mr. Fisk.
we get this 80s dressed black guy like and he's like, New York is back.
Violent crime is down. New York is back and better than ever.
Yes, and then we get a ship horn blaring. Really quickly. I will this shot of has more substance than anything in season 1 and anything in the rest of this episode. I saw that shot and I was like, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, it was like,
I don't
oh,
know, that
pretty
felt like
pretty
a
good
shot,
opening
like,
shot.
outside of the aspect ratio, I looked at that shot and I was like, that feels like that could be in the Netflix show. It gives me a scale of New York. You see the lighting kind of feels about right. It's a little off, but it feels
And then it
about right.
pulls you into a specific thing. It's like, oh, it was a pretty good shot.
Everything. Okay, I mean, I'm not even talking about like the rest of it. Even just that freeze frame. I was like, outside of all the fog in the city that they just love doing. I was like, all right. It very quickly went away. But that opening shot, I was like, there's more substance in that whole shot than all of season 1, I feel like. Um, and then,
Yeah.
yes, we get a scene of the ship, the Northern Star, comes sailing in New
Say
York.
that
I
again?
see cargo containers. Um, what?
That's what the episode's called.
Oh, I was I thought I was like so I see Northern Star, I see cargo containers, and I'm like, so they're gonna do a bad recreation of the Winter Soldier opening scene as well as episode 1 of season 1, the shipping container fight scene.
Yeah.
I was actually correct on both accounts.
Yeah,
I
that's
saw Northern
actually
Star, and I was
exactly
immediately
what
like,
they did.
"Oh, the Midian Star." Oh, I don't even know if they did that intentionally or if it was just an
It could
accident,
have
but
been
it
accidental, but it's like it's ripping off both at the same time.
yes.
Uh,
He
and
swings in. This is the most realistic swinging scene they've ever had. Let me look at it again. And it's because it's so far away, you can't tell
you
if the
just
weight
can't
is
see
off
it.
or not.
Yeah.
But it looks I feel like it behaves about like someone would if they were like falling off of a bridge with a zip line attached to the top.
Yeah.
And then yes, metallic thumping as he lands on the car container, and immediately I'm like, oh, this is just literally season 1, episode 1, but bad.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know that it was bad yet. I was trying to be someone. I wasn't trying to be like this is gonna be pure garbage. I assumed it was gonna suck. Um, but I didn't hate this opening stretch here. The fight, he hits him, hits one guy, and he kind of makes a little noise that the other guy comes and checks it out. Oh, big cool stealth, man. He hits another guy, but he makes a chain rattle, so the next guy checks it out. Or no, he doesn't even that doesn't even happen. He takes out 2 guys on a ship deck, and then he's somehow immediately in the inside.
Yeah,
Uh,
in this sequence, there's a lot of bad cuts.
okay,
Um,
you are
actually, what?
you're not appreciating. It's red. So
Yeah,
it's
it
red, and well, no, hold on. It's red, and then there's it's the devil horns.
anyway, I don't care. Anyway,
No, bro,
uh,
that's so peak.
but it's simple. It's Daredevil. It's red.
New team,
Um,
bro. This is new team. Old
s-
team could not have done this.
dude, I miss the like yellow and green of season one because it looked like the city was dirty and it was gritty. I liked it, but
But yes, Matt does the instant knockout ult that he only gets to use once every 4 guys, I guess.
yeah,
Where he throws his baton and it hits the guy and knocks him out insta. And the guy gets
yeah,
lucky. He
but it
shoots
only
open.
does well. It's like a video game. It only works when he does it from stealth, but when he hits them mid combat, they're fine. It's like a video game.
Yep. The guy then shoots open a hole into the wall, and we get a Twitter shot where they're like, "Look, we put the logo on his costume." I like the logo on his costume. Don't get me wrong. All right, I do.
It
I'm a
looks
sucker
good.
for it. It looks good. Why didn't they do this earlier? And I guess it's spray painted. This whole suit's spray painted.
Yeah,
Okay, but he had
yeah,
a black suit in his little Daredevil goon cave in season 1.
yep, yep.
Okay, cool. Just making sure I'm tracking that right.
Oh, yep.
Look,
Yep.
look. I like the logo on the chest. I wish we would have done this in Netflix, right? That's probably the one criticism I'd have of Netflix is they never really liked the costume. They couldn't really. Netflix did the thing in all of their shows where they were like comic accurate suit. Pfft, isn't this trash?
And then it's just
I
like
mean,
super
they
cool.
didn't really ever do that with the Daredevil show. They just didn't. They didn't ever
Yeah,
go comic accurate, and I thought it looked fine. I would have loved the logo, but I thought it looked fine in the Netflix show. Well, like Luke Cage, they were like
yeah.
garbage. Am I right? Jessica
How
Jones, they
about
were
you just
like,
give him a sweatshirt?
yes, yeah, Jessica Jones, they were like, isn't that trash, Lamau? And then Iron Fist
Look at
sucks.
her. Look at the denim and the leather jacket. It's peak.
It looks fine. I mean, that was more accurate to the Alias comic, which they were adapting, but they did show her actual like superhero costume, and she was like, "Isn't that trash? I'm cynical. That's me. That's my character." Um, don't worry, we'll hear from Jessica Jones later in this episode. But yes, we get a Twitter shot where they give us a very clear focus of the Daredevil logo. Um, Suit
Hmm.
looks good for the most part. Then these guys they start moving. They're like, "Oh, big Daredevil's here. We got to get a fight." Daredevil immediately yells. So that's some great Flanderization. Um, and then he's like grunting because he's getting tired through the fight. Because remember, he gets tired. That's what he does. This is Flander. This isn't like that's okay. tweak it because I'm sure this is gonna get like people are gonna be like, oh, why he did this in a Netflix show. He does grunt when he punches a bit. This one's not as bad. I'll say this one's not too bad. Um, they it's the yelling.
They overdo the whole like it's like they're trying to do what the Netflix show did fatigue in fights really well, and it's like they're
Because they're just
trying to
long
do
fights.
that,
Yeah,
but they don't know why. They like he's tired after like 2 punches, and it's not the same. They don't
yeah.
understand why the old show was good.
So he immediately breaks a dude's arm because, whoa, compound fracture, isn't that cool? And he's just yelling with every hit. And then he knocks a dude down and he just starts beating the crap out of him. And some other guy's watching him. Oh, it's so scary. And then he stomps on the guy and he knocks him out and
Mhm.
boom. And look, I didn't think that was too bad. After he knocked the last guy out, I was expecting him to yell. I was expecting him to go,
Yeah,
ah, because remember Daredevil yells. And they didn't do that, which I guess deserves points.
yeah,
But yeah.
I
You did so
guess.
you had
And
complaints
then
about this?
the
You had complaints about this fight scene?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't love the way it was shot. It wasn't terrible. I didn't hate it, but it felt like you mentioned, it kind of felt like they were trying to do it from the perspective of like the guards, the guys he was taking out, but they didn't like commit to that really. It was like a shot or two and there was just too many cuts. I
I don't
feel
think this
like
is too bad. I don't know. I think you might be reaching a little bit.
it's not terrible. I'm being
It's not
nitpicky,
so many
but
cuts that I'm like,
um
I have no idea what's happening. Like in the episode 2 fight in season 1 in the kitchen where he straight up murders those guys.
yeah,
Uh,
that one's really bad.
that one's bad. I don't know what's happening with those cuts. Whereas this one, I don't know. I get a
It's
clear sense.
it's not terrible, but this largely this whole sequence on the boat, there's a lot of cuts where, like, people aren't where they used to be, and there's a lot of really terrible cuts in
I think there's a couple
this sequence.
there's a
That
couple
fight
clever
sequence
tricks.
wasn't too bad.
I like some of the lighting tricks. So right after he's beating the crap out of the dude, which is a Twitter moment, I don't really feel like he's done that. Did he do that in season 1, episode 1, where he, like, beats the crap out of a guy a bit longer? Um,
No,
I don't
I don't
remember.
think so. Not that I remember.
But, I guess
Yeah,
it's always kind of been
you
a
mean
thing.
Born Again, right?
No, I meant in
The
the
original,
like,
he
cargo ship fight.
no, he does.
Yeah.
In
So,
the first one, he, like yeah, he
I
beats the
kinda
piss out of
remember
the guy.
that,
Lets the devil
I
out.
it's I guess it's weird.
That also had set up from dialogue of,
Yeah, I don't know.
like
I guess there's some history where he's like, "Oh, he really likes hitting people, or he likes beating people up." So you get that. I don't know. It just feels like philanderization when I see it in this show. So
it really is
maybe that's
because
just me being like, "Oh, this show's just not as good." So
in
I'm like, I see everything and I'm like,
season 1, they literally set it up with both dialogue or with both text and subtext, and then it was like it was a good moment.
yeah,
This is just like, "Oh, he did this in the show that people like, so we're doing this."
yeah." And then
They don't really
I kind of
understand
like the shot
why.
where like the dude's panicked after he's watching him beat the crap out of the guy, and
Yeah,
he's crawling towards his gun, where he's only lit by the gun flashlight with besides the red lighting. That's all
yeah.
right.
That was a
It's
cool shot.
whatever.
Um,
Um, I don't know if I'd go as far as say cool shot, but it's all right.
it's alright shot.
And then he
Takes out all the guys. The captain and the first mate see him on the cameras, and he, like, destroys the cameras, I
and they're speaking
guess.
Greek. That's important, I guess.
Yeah, and he gives them a really good Twitter shot of his new suit as well, in case they couldn't tell who he was.
Well, and I guess that's so he can send a message to Fisk.
Yeah, yeah, and
I
also
guess is
the
the point
fake
of that.
Fisk who somehow has it later as
But
well.
they immediately stop the boat, and they're like the devil, and he shows them his logo, which I don't know. They didn't do the logo for so. Oh gosh,
Oh,
you look like a potato.
what's going on?
Uh,
Um, my internet is fine. Can you hear
I
me
don't know.
fine?
I can hear you fine. You just look like a potato for a second.
Okay, that was weird. It's fine now. That was
I
all right. Oh
stream
well.
is it says it's all good.
No,
Anyway,
stream's fine. It was Ninja. I don't know.
yeah, they don't give they don't give an explanation as to why he's got the logo now. Um,
No, he just has it now because it's cool.
yeah, because
Because
that logo doesn't exist.
it's because this is season 2. He has it because
Oh,
it's season 2 though.
but he shows him the logo, so I guess whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Then
like I said, maybe to send Fisk a message, and then he touches this wall.
he detects that it's like a false wall.
Yeah, but he would already know that.
Yeah, he doesn't need to touch it.
It's card or it's just drywall with nothing behind it, and a guy shot through it. So even if he couldn't already hear it, he would know that. I don't know why it's like, oh, he's touching the wall. No, he's like, Holy McDonald's Wi-Fi. Okay, Corbin, thanks for the input, dude. Anyway, yeah, so he punches down the drywall and he goes in. Dude, I saw guns. I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna make it Turk. I was fully expecting them to ruin Turk somehow.
Yeah,
Um,
dude, if they murdered Turk's character in this, that would be
it'd be pretty
borderline
impressive to be, I'm gonna
impressive.
be honest.
Because like
But yeah,
Turk isn't really a character; he's just
I
Turk.
see weapons smuggle. I think Turk. That's what I'm saying. And then we
Yeah,
get another kind of Twitter shot here where he stands. We get a full look at the suit. It looks good.
it looks
I'm not
good.
gonna sit here and be like,
So
shirt looks bad.
as he steps through the wall, there's a jump cut. Um, and it's not just that it's a jump cut; they also the continuity of like where he's at in stepping through the wall is off. For those of you who don't know what a jump cut is, it's when you cut from a camera, a shot to a shot at the same angle from a different distance. So it's the same angle, same
It's kind of
spot,
weird.
but it's just zoomed. And it's not the only one in this episode. There's another one later. Um, and like I was
I
saying,
mean,
if you don't really know what a jump cut is, that's what it is. And anyone who's ever filmed or edited for anything, one of the first things you learn is not to have jump cuts, because they look terrible. And they're typically hard to keep good continuity with. Um, which this show costs millions upon millions of dollars, and they have like I don't know, just seeing a multi-million dollar production with the simplest of simple of production and editing errors is
it is
j-
weird
it,
because I actually think it is the same exact camera shot. I think they just zoomed it in.
no, it's exactly the same angle. It's just zoomed in. It's really bad.
Look, I'm looking at it. It looks exactly the same. Like it looks fine. Like where he's holding and where he's stepping through. It's just they like zoomed it in.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's just
But it
weird.
wasn't a zoom either. It was a cut. Yeah,
It's
because
just
like
weird.
a
I don't know.
zoom shot and a jump cut aren't the same.
But I'm saying it looks
The continuity might not have been
like
messed
it
up,
does. I
but
think they reshot. I don't think they reshot it. Like I feel like this is the same take. Like I think it just kept happening. It's
y-
weird. It just looks a little. It does
yeah.
look a little strange when you point it out. I don't know. I don't think it was too bad. And then the lighting
I
looks a
mean,
little. So,
it's just like an
oh, I'm
amateur
pretty sure
thing.
then he's standing in front of a green screen because doesn't this? Am I tweaking? Now I feel like I'm getting nitpicky. But does this lighting look really off?
It really does. It looks kind of like a video game cutscene.
But like a
Like
bad
like
video game.
everything in that room is not there because
I
right
think
right
this
after
stuff is this
right
is
after this shot, there's a cut to him like opening the crate of pistols. Nothing
this
in
is
this is real.
this
Or
is real.
90% of this room is not actually there. It's like a tiny bit of stuff and then a crate, but it cuts from this to him standing next to a crate that he's not next to
See,
yet.
I don't even know how to explain this. Something about the way the lighting is wrapping around this looks so weird.
Yeah,
And
it's
not
it's it's
getting
off.
nitpicky, dude, but I don't know.
What
This is I
it's
think this is here. This thing,
what are
this
you pointing
little
to? I
oh,
can't
you
see
can't see it.
I can't see your mouse.
The thing right up to the right of him and the thing right up to the left of him.
Yes, I think what's immediately next to him is there. Everything else is not.
But I'd have to assume maybe he's not there if the lighting is the problem,
Maybe.
which would imply
But
maybe
also
nothing is real.
down like the further you get down this like kind of not it's not a hallway, but like down this walkway, it's not there. It's just not.
Yeah, I don't know how else to explain that. Something about the lighting on that just looks really weird.
Yeah. And then right after that shot, there's a
And
weird
you know
cut.
what it could be because this is something that's happened with Marvel stuff before, that it's all shot real and then they put CGI mesh over it for some reason. They put way
Yeah,
too many camera tricks in, it makes it look weird because they do that a lot.
they do.
There was something I can't remember what project it was. It was a recent Marvel project. Everyone was like, "This CGI sucks," and then it's like, no, it was just real. They just put like a whole bunch of post processing effects on it, and it made it look bad.
Yeah. Um.
Anyway, yeah, he keeps
Anyway,
walking.
the yeah, he keeps walking. The hold on. Sorry, I was at the wrong spot.
There's guns.
There's crates full of guns, RPGs, stuff like that. The captain and the first mate start kind of arguing from the bridge. Um,
They're
about
told
like
what to do if they were boarded. There's guys down there, and they're like, "Do you know them?" And then they know what to do, which is to scuttle the ship.
yeah.
So they turn on the big "We're gonna sink the ship" alarm.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Because obviously you have that.
yep. And then Matt is like, "Oh no, they're gonna sink the ship." He runs out.
And then
Um,
it immediately cuts from like, oh, the ship is beginning to sink to he's in a hallway and it's completely vertical.
well, hold on, no, before bro, you're forgetting the coolest shot in the show that they do all the time. We get our dolly zoom.
Oh my gosh, dude.
So
This was like he's
they
using
did
his
this.
powers.
They did
Dolly
this in
zoom.
season 1, episode 1
Yeah.
of Born Again. They did not do it the rest of the show. They have now done it in season 2, episode 1, and so far in the rest of this episode, they don't do it again. This camera trick, look, it's okay. It's I guess.
Dolly zooms
It
can
feels like
be
it was
used really
shot
well.
for Twitter. Like if you watch it, it feels like you're watching something that they shot and they were like, they're gonna love this one. Um, you shouldn't do this and then never do it again. If you're establishing this is what it's like when he uses powers, you kind of have to do that.
Yeah, like in
And they make
Daredevil when he
about 7 aspect ratio changes.
for largely no reason. There's one
So,
where it
well,
like
the first
closes
one,
in, which is to focus you in on something,
I'm gonna
and
go
then
in.
the
I'm gonna go
rest
in on.
there
I'm gonna
really is.
go one by one here. So the first one is the dolly zoom on him. We got this in season 1, episode 1 of Born Again. And it when it zoomed, it did the dolly zoom on his ear. That aspect ratio fully opens. I don't remember the full ratios. All right, so you're gonna have to bear with me. We lose the black bars. We lose the cinema black bars. And then right. So that's the first one. That's him using his power. You get all the overlapping sounds. Oh my gosh! And then the aspect ratio closes really narrowly,
Yeah.
um, like to like a squint kind of as it focuses on this watch, and you hear the watch ticking, and it really focuses on that. And he grabs the watch, and then that's it. Um, you will not see this dolly zoom the rest of the season. Would be my guess.
No.
That this
Most
is a
likely no.
that they do in episode 1 for no reason.
However, that is bad. However, the what he's doing with the watch, if it's what I think it is actually pretty clever, and I think it's pretty cool. He
Well,
puts the
it's
watch
him marking it so that he knows where to find it when he goes to.
yeah, yeah, he puts the watch in one of the gun crates so that he'll be able to like find it later
Yeah,
on.
you know what that is? It's a
What?
bad version of him tracking Wesley in season 1.
It is.
They were like, "Oh, he used the watch to track Wesley in season 1. Make him do the watch thing. Oh, Daredevil."
It is, but it's still at least moderately clever.
Yeah, and then the captain
Um,
and the first mate, they put their life vests on, and they're gonna get out, and the boat starts doing the sink.
and then it's literally just immediately vertical.
It's going vertical. It's not fully vertical.
I mean, the hallway he's in is almost completely vertical
Well, yeah, he's
instantly.
just in a
Falling
random
in the water.
hallway that I don't know. I guess he ran down there.
Yeah, but this whole sequence, this is what I was talking about. The cuts, it's like a
And we
lot of time
immediately get
passes
some CGI
between the
fluke
cuts. Yeah.
of him dropping into the water. It is clearly not him. It does not work. It does not look right. The weight of how he falls is very off.
Hmm.
That's what you gotta look. So whenever you're trying to figure out what's real, what's CGI. First off, most time in this show, if it's an action scene, probably CGI. Whereas in the Netflix show, there's pretty much no CGI. Just look at the weight. If the weight feels off, it's probably off.
If you go, is that how a person would do that? And your answer is no, then it's probably not real.
Yes. That weight where he drops into that water does not look great.
No.
And he goes from there to the shore.
Yeah, it goes from him dropping
I don't
into
know
the
how he
water
found the exit.
in a hallway in the middle of a sinking ship to climbing out on the shore, and the ship seems to not have sunk any more in
Well,
that
the
amount
ship
of
doesn't sink.
time.
That is the point. The ship doesn't
Yeah, it
sink all the way.
doesn't fully sink,
Um, but yes, and then they
but
I was hoping they would maybe just do the normal intro, not the born again intro. I don't know why, and I guess I'm glad they
no,
don't because it just allows you to fully
I don't want
disconnect
that
this.
intro to touch this
I
show.
agree as well, but I'm also like, surely they're not gonna go back to the dumb intro where they're like, "Remember all this stuff you like? It's destroyed now."
Yeah, they literally put in symbolism for like, "Oh,
Yeah,
this is the show you liked. We destroyed it
just a
all and
reminder for how the
assembled it
intro
into
is,
Born
right?
Again."
For the intro, the music is different. It's the same bass theme. It's different. Look, I know some people don't like it. I think it's whatever. That new song, I think it's
It's
okay.
okay.
The time code is
The
different than
song
the
is the
original,
best
blah,
part
blah,
of the intro.
but it's not even the right form of the song. It's like listening to a cover of a really good song.
I know, I'm saying the the song is still the best part of the intro.
Yes, we see the we see the Daredevil mask without a horn. Oh, it does the big fall, and then you see the back of Kingpin's head, and then and that's big Kingpin, and then you see the blind justice from the original intro. Oh man, I
Mhm.
like that. Well, guess what? It's broken. You
It's
don't like
broken.
that anymore. It's
Oh, look,
breaking.
Nelson Murdoch and Page
It's
sign. It's
destroyed. Hold on.
breaking.
Before that, we get the city. Oh my gosh, the city is dusty. And then you get the lapel jacket of Fisk. It's like, oh, breaking. And then, hey, you know how Matt's a Catholic and it's kind of a whole thing of his character? Not anymore. Broken church. Bye bye church. Um, and then yeah, you get the Fisk ring because remember his wife cheated on him for no reason. You love them counseling scenes? Uh, that broken. Boom. Bye bye wedding ring. Justice because Matt is a terrible lawyer now. Broken. Bye bye. New York Police Department badge. Bye bye. Broken. And then the
EVTF,
one that
baby.
just pisses me off every time I see it. Nelson Murdoch and Page sign breaking. Hey, remember these characters you like and this thing you like and this thing that another studio and other writers and people put a lot of time into making sure it was really good and made you care about this stuff. Broken. It's shattered.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Literally the whole intro is things breaking, and then they all come together to build up Daredevil, and then it's
Church
Daredevil Born Again.
breaks.
So,
Statue of Liberty breaks.
it shows all of the things or symbols for things from the original Daredevil that you know and love being destroyed, and then them squeezing together remnants and scrap of all of that good stuff to make their version of Daredevil, which is significantly
Written
worse.
by Dario Scartapane, who was the showrunner of the bad season of Punisher.
Yeah. This
Um,
I don't know. The intro is literally just what they did to Daredevil.
Pretty much. And then they show us Josie's bar. Remember Josie's bar? Remember Josie's bar? Don't you remember Josie's bar, man? Big Josie's bar guy, aren't you?
I miss when Josie's bar was it's a
Like
shithole, but it's our
once,
shithole.
and it
And
was
it
like
was
they
like,
went like once.
yeah.
They went like
And
5 times.
in the couple times they were there, it felt like they had been going there
It felt
forever.
like a
And
real
then
place, not a set on Hollywood Boulevard like this looks.
yeah.
Like why there's just blank space. Like this looks like they built this looks like a fake Western town saloon.
It doesn't even look like there's anything. It looks like the second the brick stops, there's nothing else there.
I know it doesn't look like a real place.
Also, is that the wait, is that the shot they go straight to?
Yes.
Why does the
Brad.
lighting look like that? That literally looks like
That's
it's
just how this show is lit. That's how the show
I
is.
didn't realize how bad that shot
That's
was.
the color correction and lighting on the show. They put fog over everything and they do all that. I don't know. Then we get blue. Oh, it's blue light. Oh, blue. Anyway, we're in Josie's bar.
We got Daredevil.
And he goes upstairs. He takes his mask off. Karen's doing Steven Seagal training. She's just slapping shit.
She's just slapping. doing kata. Not even kata.
That's
She's
just,
doing.
Corbin said that's just a wall. It is just a wall.
Yeah.
Um, which male character is Karen going to defeat in hand-to-hand combat in this season, you think?
Uh, AVTF guy. Or
Oh,
maybe she'll
that's a
beat
good
up.
call. That's a
Maybe
good
she'll beat up TikTok boy for BB.
There's no way it's gonna be TikTok, man.
It could be TikTok boy. No, he's TikTok boy. He's not a man. He's
No,
TikTok boy.
He's TikTok man.
In my video, I will be referring to him as TikTok boy.
Dude, just like
It doesn't look real.
well, I'm just like
It looks
okay,
fake.
hold on. Sorry, I'm pulling up an image of Josie's bar here.
Real
And I'm
Josie's
gonna
bar or
well, I'm gonna do a little side by side look here. Just
even in episode 1 of season 1 of Born Again, Josie's bar didn't look this bad.
it looked about the
It's
same.
I
It just wasn't destroyed yet. Okay, so
fair, but even with the graffiti and being destroyed, it doesn't. It still looks worse.
so
Aside from just being
this is
literally
remember
destroyed.
this is the shot here. Okay, this is Born Again Josie's bar. All right, and then we've got this is just an out exterior shot from season 1. It look, there's a street going on the side of it. You can see the sidewalk. Like
It's
there
dirty.
there's
It's
not a plug beneath the window. This isn't even the same building.
no.
They couldn't even make it look like the same building, dude. I'm just realizing how bad this isn't even the same building.
Yeah, it's completely different. It doesn't look like a place. This
This
looks
isn't
like
even the
a
Can you
this
see my
looks like
mouse?
a weird like spirit realm flashback of a place.
Can you see my mouse by the way?
Yes.
Okay. You got this window, right? You got double doors. This is just a flat wall that like there's that. There's nothing going on the side of it. There's just nothing here. And then compare that to this shot. It's shot from a street view. It's you have the window all the way up here at the top. Whatever's going on here, I don't know. There's only one door. There's a bike thing. Like this is clearly they just went to a building in New York and shot it, which I guess is probably technically what they did for this.
I don't think so. It just
A
looks
Jake
terrible.
video, no shot, not real. Yeah, he's claiming he's gonna make one. What is that? Like I just can't. Like that's just so. Like this looks like a real shot from a real place.
Yeah, it looks like you're in a real place where people go. It doesn't feel like you're on a set. This feels like
Wow.
you're on a set.
I knew it was bad. I that really freaking. I just this is like
I didn't realize
looking
how bad
side by
that
side.
was on the
That's
first watch,
really bad.
honestly. That's or the second watch,
Now I
actually.
kind of want to pull up. I gotta pull up. Do you want to walk through some of the Karen and Matt stuff? I gotta pull up Born Again
Oh,
season 1 and see if it's just as bad.
yeah, hold on. Let me get to where. Yeah, Matt goes upstairs and Karen's doing the Steven Seagal training, like he said. Matt tells Karen about all the stuff that went down on the boat. Kingpin is using Freeports to smuggle in arms. They're scared to find out what all that firepower is going to be used for. And then Karen says, "You know who can find out," and Matt tells her to give her a call, and then she like writes something down and doesn't call anybody.
Okay, here's so just real quick. This is the first exterior shot you get of it in season 1. It's still not good. It still looks like a completely different place and a brand new building, which is kind of the whole point. Um,
Yeah,
so I guess we're led to believe Josie either did massive renovations
or
or
move.
I was like maybe she moved locations, but then I'm like, well, no, this is still in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah,
I don't know. How am I supposed to believe this is the same place?
or that it's like a crap hole.
I don't know. And then even the interior just isn't right either. It's like
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Remember, this is where like the freaking all the guys that freaking that Matt and Foggy got off on crimes for free favors would go to drink.
yeah.
And everyone is packing heat. That's kind of the whole point.
Yeah, there's, like, a very good scene in episode
This
2 where
isn't the
Karen is,
cool
like, terrified of the whole city, and Foggy's like, "Oh, well, that guy we're getting his
this
kids into
isn't the
Saint
cool kids
Agnes.
hangout session. Yeah.
That guy
St.
does
Agnes,
the
St.
food drive
Agnes.
for Turkey every year.
We're getting him into St. Agnes.
Getting him
St.
into Saint
Agnes.
Agnes.
Oh.
Saint Agnes, come on!" Like,
All I see are threats and Foggy's, and then, and then there's the guys like,
insane.
okay, he is dangerous. Don't gonna,
Yeah,
it
he's
just
like, "No, that guy actually is a criminal."
all that boring character stuff and good shots. Sorry, I just that really threw me for a
Lame.
loop how bad that looked.
It's bad. It's really bad.
I guess I actually need season 1, episode 1 pulled up anyway because I got to figure out what because they discuss the friends code, which is going to be relevant here in a second.
Wait, what?
Well, okay. So I guess before we get to the next thing I'm going to talk about, we get the most bogus, random reason for Jessica Jones to become involved in the show.
Yeah.
Where they're like, "That's a lot of guns. What could that be for?" And then Matt's like, "I know someone who could find out." And
Just might
No,
know.
Karen said that. Karen goes, I bet I know who could find out. And then Matt goes, "Give her a call." And I'm like, that's what Karen would be the one finding out. That's kind of the whole show. Why didn't you go to your vet? That's Cherry's job now. I hate Cherry, but that makes more. This is the most bogus reason ever to be like,
Especially because they use
hey,
Cherry as
you
a
know,
private
one,
investigator later in this episode.
the one person I worked with 10 plus years ago, give her a call.
When I worked with her and I wasn't interacting with you really at all,
Give her a call.
give her a call. And not me
She'll
give her
help
a
us.
call, you give her a call. "Hey, I'm Karen, Daredevil's girlfriend. Can you help us out, Jessica Jones?" They call her Jess too. You're not tight like that, bro.
I guess we're gonna get a bunch of setup that like they've been just hanging
Just
out
buddy
behind
for
like recently. I don't know. It's like
I
that's
guess
really
Jessica
bad. Like
Jones
that's
is
such
part
a
of the city
terrible.
without fear.
You couldn't get any other reason as to why they need Jessica Jones. That's not like why is there a bunch of guns going to the illegal criminal super now? It seems like it's the CIA doing it, is what we learned or come to reveal later. The CIA is smuggling weapons into New York via
With
Freeport to destabilize the country or whatever.
whatever Allegra de Cole de
Oh, we'll
blah
get
blah
to
blah
Elaine
de
We'll get to Elaine
Fontaine.
from Seinfeld in a minute. We're gonna talk about her. Yeah. So I just
And
thought
then
that was so lazy.
Matt says, if we can get the message out that the mayor is running guns, the
He had
city knows that he murdered a dude and decapitated him with a car door.
In fairness, that's just one guy. What they know for a fact, because it was broadcast on the news, there's two things they know for a fact. No, hold on. There's two things they know, because even that's just one guy. We'll just be like, that's just one guy. There's two things that objectively are known for a fact. A, the death declaration from Ray Nadeem, Agent Nadeem and all that. But the most egregious one is in season 1, episode 13, when he's escaping from prison and on national television has guys roll up and gun down the police officers.
He does that.
That is just a known thing that happens.
They also know he killed and or extorted like a horde
FBI
of people.
agents.
He put people out of their homes. Mrs. Cardenas and all the other people and bunches of other buildings, put people out of their homes, and was exposed for literally all of that, charged for all of it. Like more than once,
and
too.
Seemingly,
this happened in season 1 and season 3.
And seemingly was exposed for having Dex dress up like Daredevil and execute a bunch of people.
Yeah.
That seemingly
all
got
of that
exposed,
happened.
If that didn't get exposed, then why is Daredevil
and
not?
I'm assuming at the end of season 3, after Dex woke up, hates Kingpin, wants to kill him, probably would have told them all of the bad stuff Kingpin did, helping to extort Nadeem. On top of Nadeem's
remember,
on top of Nadeem testifying, you have the guy who killed Nadeem to testify against Kingpin in favor of Nadeem.
hold on, buddy. They already actually you just slipped up there. They covered all this in season 1, episode 9, Agent Nadim and all that. This has been covered.
I
You
forgot
have
about it.
just backed yourself into a corner here, buddy. You clearly have L media literacy.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how people like think this is acceptable.
Anyway, we get to something. I was like, so we're just doing that now. They just start
They start
making
kissing.
out. They start making out. So I was curious as to like so obviously my thought is my first thought is okay, obviously we know there's chemistry, there's some romantic chemistry there. But remember, first off, Matt like practically was like, I like Karen, but guess what? I'm in love with Electra, so we're not doing all that. That was literally what happened.
Mhm.
Um and then but then that's been 10 years. So and so then I was like, so were they a thing? I was trying to remember because I know there was some mention about getting out of here in season 1, episode 1. And then they're like, that's a violation of the friends code is a line that gets said, and they're like, oh yes, the friends code. It's like so seemingly this is like they decided we're not gonna do this whole relationship thing.
Yeah.
Um and then Karen ditched Matt and went to San Francisco.
For because
Also, do
she
they just
wasn't in
not
the
care?
script.
Like, I don't know if we're gonna get any mention of this. They just like not care what happened to Frank.
No.
Like, maybe we'll learn more about like
Especially because they literally
this.
had a line where it was like, she definitely wants to bang him and Frank, which
What?
is a whole. Do you not remember that from
No,
season 1 of
what?
Born Again? He has like talking about her heartbeat when she saw Frank, and then she's like, "Well, did you hear my heartbeat when I saw you?" So it's like she wants to bang both of them. Um,
I don't think that she wants to bang Frank.
no, I'm saying she shouldn't,
I don't think
but
she
the
does. I
show
don't. No, I
literally
don't. I don't think.
explicitly said
I
it
don't
out loud.
think that's. I don't even think that's what's.
The
No,
show literally stated it out loud.
it didn't though.
Again, it should never
No,
it
I
I
don't think it did.
it did because I was pissed about it when it happened. It happened.
I gotta pull that up and figure out if you're just making stuff
I
up.
I watched it happen. It was terrible.
Oh, okay. Well, now I can't. So whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I could be misremembering, but I know 100% I'm not
I don't think
misremembering.
she wants to bang, and I don't even think that would be anything that they wrote.
Anyway,
I'll have to see it explicitly, hear it for myself before I'm like, "Oh, yeah, they wrote that." Because even that's like, "What?"
they start
Um,
making out, and then Karen
anyway,
asks him
as I was
if he
saying
needed a.
well, hold on, because I just, like so I guess they clearly they were not in a relationship of romantic sense when they last were actually friends hanging out.
Mhm.
Um, and then she was gone for a year, came back because the new showrunners took over. Um,
That's the lore reason, by
and
the way.
then
That's the canon reason.
And then and then he was like, "I'm gonna go in there and stop all the bad guys." She was like, "No."
Oh, Matt,
And then he said,
no.
"We are the city without fear." And now they're just in a like, "Let's get freaky in Josie's bar" kind of relationship.
Yep.
Which they never got freaky in the Netflix show even, bro. That
They
ain't, that ain't
kissed
even
a
something that
couple
happened.
times.
They were about to get freaky, and Matt was on some like respect women. Yeah. Um,
And then
You don't also you don't get this payoff. I'm offended now. It's like you don't get this. Because you know what the easiest payoff Netflix ever could have done was, oh, Matt gets Karen in the end. You don't earn this. The only interaction you had them have was really stupid. And now you're like, nope, they're just making out now. It's just what they got.
yeah, they're just together now.
Yeah, you don't get this payoff. That's not, you didn't earn this.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Um. Then Karen asked him if he needed to call in a favor with Metro General. Um,
Remember Metro General? Remember Metro General? That's the hospital from
it's the
season
hospital.
one. That's the Netflix hospital.
It's the hospital from Netflix. He says no. She asks if he has or needed any stitches. He says no.
Yeah, and again, it's worth
Uh,
pointing out with this, like, they're using the Freeport to smuggle arms. That's kind of the whole thing. He can do any crime he wants in the Freeport for whatever reason, which we'll get to that more later. But
yeah,
it's like
he
that's just
literally
like
legally
you
can.
assumed they were like, I can't believe he's doing illegal actions in the free illegal crime zone
Yeah, in the international water, do whatever you want
He's on
zone.
base. It's like they were playing tag and Fisk was like, "No, this is base."
No,
And they're like,
this court
"Oh,
is base.
no,
I'm
it's
on base.
base.
Shit.
Crap,
He's
he's on base.
crap, he's on base.
I
We
can't
didn't say
tag him
there
now.
weren't
This
any
isn't fair."
bases. Crap.
Ah, I wish
Uh
I would have called base. That's lame. Yeah, it's like obviously in the smuggling port of freedom, he's doing illegal smuggling ports. What?
what? He went to Tortuga from Pirates of the Caribbean and did illegal stuff, and they're like,
Yeah,
"What?"
I think we hit him hard. Fisk is gonna lose his mind. Yeah, I just can't help but wonder what is all that? Who is all that firepower for? Okay, I'm sure it is gonna be for someone else. Why would they not just assume it's like, oh, well, it's obviously for the group
The
of Nazis
AVTF.
running around kicking doors down?
Well, Caleb, because the script knows that it's for someone else.
Yes, but if they're like, why would they not just be, oh, they obviously need that because Punisher's got a tank.
Well, no,
Or no, he has a battle van.
because in
Sorry, he
the
doesn't have a tank.
script it's for someone else though.
Yeah, why would they
So
just be like,
so
Spider-Man
the
is
good
gonna
guys know that.
like,
And no, it's in the script so the characters
remember, like,
know.
Spider-Man PS4 when it's like eventually they just start launching rocket launchers at Spider-Man for some reason? Like, why wouldn't you just assume that? Also, we're Spider-Man. Like, I'll say this once, and we'll probably drop it once every week. So we'll just get out of the way now. It's like, we're Spider-Man. There you go. There's
Where's
gonna
the
be the one.
where's Doctor Strange?
He doesn't count. In fair, I can get away. I'll let him get away with no Doctor Strange because Doctor Strange, this ain't no mythical threat. Now when he doesn't show up in Moon Knight, I got problems. But when it's
Fair.
and obviously I know the real reason is A, Sony probably was like no. B, because you're running a Daredevil show. But here's the problem: where's the Avengers? You can't implement this stuff and then get mad when it's like consequences. You have to find a reason. Because if this wasn't citywide, it wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, at what point did Daredevil and everybody else get voided
When it's
from Thunderbolts?
when it's at small scale 3 blocks, Hell's Kitchen, like it is in Netflix. Even that gets a little big scale, but at least I'll be like, it's just a big city. They
They
wouldn't
have a
the
lot of stuff
hand,
going on.
the hand, that's a little crazy. But this is their fault because they canonized all this stuff. But but when it's Mayor Hitler is the leader of New York, and Spider-Man lives in New York, and the Avengers live in New York, and Mayor Hitler is doing Hitler stuff. It's like, where is everybody? Where's Captain America? Why isn't You got to do better, Mayor Fisk. That scene would go hard, man. Yeah, dude. But yeah, and that's where they were like, who could find out? It's like, how? How is Jessica Jones gonna find that out even?
Also, I guess I can get to this in a few minutes, but
Yeah, so then they make out, and yeah,
yeah,
I
never
was
mind.
sorry, I
I'll
was just
bring
there
this
was a
up.
little bit I wanted. So then we get our first Mayor Fisk scene. In case you remember, there isn't a single good Mayor Fisk scene in the entirety of season 1 of Born Again.
No.
There's not one good scene. He is awful. He is awful in every scene.
Good job, kids. Good job, kids.
Every scene is bad. Tell me
No,
one
but when
good,
he crushed the guy's head, though,
tell me one good
it
Mayor
was
Fisk
just like
scene.
when he killed the Russian in Daredevil. Do you remember that? Because he crushed the guy's head, just like the
Tell
other
me
time in Daredevil.
any good. I will be very happy if you could tell me one good Mayor Fisk scene from season.
He wears white though. Remember that from season 3?
Yeah. So that's just I'm just genuinely
He
listening
wears
as a
white now.
challenge. If there's anyone listening who like did enjoy this show, find me one good scene, and if you're right, I will bring it up.
Yeah. So
I do not think there is one. The hole filling scene. He filled that hole.
oh, Mr. Fisk, I'm cutting
Um,
through the red tape. You
Yeah.
construction man, fill that hole.
Get to hole filling. Adam, we filled the same hole.
Adam,
Mr. Sexy Hands Adam.
Adam, fill my wife's hole.
Adam, your hands. I heard your hands are so sexy, Adam.
Adam, I heard in explicit detail from my wife how sexy you are.
Your hands specifically.
Your hands specifically. Anyway, we see before we see Fisk, we see TikTok boy, Wames
Okay.
Jessley,
hold on.
campaign lady, and AVTF.
Yeah, so
man.
don't give away any actual character names. Let me get a little still frame of these guys real quick.
A little challenge. Name all of these characters.
Okay, it's not
Fun
a great
fact,
shot. It's before
I
Fisk
can't
gets
name
out.
all the characters.
It's before. I bet you can. Let's see.
I know for a fact I can't.
I can, but that's just because I hate this show. Name these
Oh,
three characters. I know it's a little blurry. Name these three characters.
I know one of the left is Buck,
Yep.
and
What's his
then
last name? Do you know his last name?
Cashman. I remember
Yep.
that from
Oh,
later in the episode. Buck
ooh.
Cashman, or more commonly referred to as Wames Jessley.
Apparently Wesley's coming back, by the way. But yeah,
He's
Wayne.
dead. What?
We're gonna get filled with flashbacks so they can do cool scenes all
Oh
over the
my
place.
goodness. So they can have a good actor again. Um, I'm spacing on TikTok boy's name. I've called him TikTok boy too many times today to actually remember it. Myth the Fifth. Um, oh my gosh. I
Daniel
actually can't
Blake.
remember
His
his
name
name.
is Daniel Blake.
Thank you. I genuinely that wasn't even a bit. I actually forgot what his name was. And then campaign lady, I literally couldn't guess.
Sheila. Her name's Sheila.
Okay.
Um,
I wouldn't
I
have
have
guessed
an
that in a million years.
interesting idea. I'm curious. Can you name this guy?
It's either Blake or Hoffman. I can't remember
It
which
is
one, but
Detective Hoffman.
yeah, it's
I
Hoffman.
was
Yeah,
just curious if you could name one guy from
yeah,
some random one guy
random side character
from season one. You know,
from season
not
one.
main Fisk lieutenant. I was just
No,
curious.
no, not like the deputy mayor for Mayor Fisk. It's just like random cop on his
TikTok
payroll, and
man.
I know who he is. TikTok boy,
Oh gosh.
social media boy, go! I can get the word out. I can get the word out, Mr. Fisk. I'll do my very best for all the kids on TikTok, Mr. Fisk. I'm gonna have a party. I got a Godfather post of Mr. Fisk.
I was just genuinely curious if you could name Hoffman, but not. I'm impressed you
Yeah,
can't name the other three. I just hate them so much that I know their names.
yeah.
A bunch of Spider-Man fans or Marvel fans have exposed themselves as completely racist because there's one still frame where a black lady hands Spider-Man the key to the city, and they're like, "It's Sheila."
It
First
could
off, Sheila's a really bad person. She got Gallo killed. She's not a good guy. Second off, I'm pretty sure it's just
She also
not
went
her.
from like kind of. I feel like everybody that was kind of hesitant about Fisk in season 1 is now literally just like Team Hitler.
Well, she doesn't have a character, but yeah, she is now Team
Well,
Hitler.
yeah, but at least in season 1, she was like, I don't know, Mr. Fisk, that's kind of bad. And now she's literally just like, man, I love Hitler.
No, it wasn't even that's kind of bad. She would go, "You can't do that," and he's like, "Consider it done." And then
Fill
she's like,
that
and
hole,
then
Mr.
she's like,
Construction
and then she's like,
Man.
He did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There will be no
So,
body cams.
this shot of Fisk is all right. If it didn't have the other three, it would almost look like a real shot of Fisk.
Yeah. He's big.
Perishables are being diverted to New Jersey. So harbor control, it's blocking the port. Blah blah blah.
He's Kingpin says this was a terrorist attack orchestrated by the vigilante of Hell's Kitchen.
Just say Daredevil, bro. Everyone knows. This
Also,
isn't some secret thing.
Okay, this brings up another issue I have. It comes up more explicitly at the end of the episode. Why hasn't he leaked to every single person on planet Earth that Matt Murdock is Daredevil?
So I
Because
will give you
the only reason at the end of season 3 is because Matt said he would basically just destroy Vanessa's life
okay.
if he ever did.
I can give you the reason in the show, and then I'll give you the reason people are going to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
In the show, there is no reason.
Correct.
In the reason people will tell you. In the comics, Fisk finds out Matt Murdock's identity in Daredevil Born Again, but doesn't ever tell anybody because he wants to make him suffer while no one else knows. Jake, is there a problem with that as an answer?
Yeah, because this isn't that comic.
This isn't the comics. Yes,
This is
a show.
Its own thing. It has to take responsibility for the decisions it makes.
Also,
Especially
I find
at
it
the
funny.
end when the people go, "It's Matt Murdock." What?
I find it hilarious when they're like, I find it hilarious when he's like, find random, we don't know who guy, and Karen Page.
Find the mysterious vigilante and
From
this journalist.
of Hell's Kitchen, and this specific woman who has two friends, one of who is dead, and the other of whom is missing.
Hmm. I wonder why she's tied into
who
all of
who
this.
was involved in spoiling a bank robbery on St. Patrick's Day. Just so happened, famous hero lawyer who defended White Tiger and the Punisher.
And put away current Mayor Fisk, who stopped a
do, you,
bank
do you
robbery.
think he's Daredevil? He's blind. He
Hmm.
can't be.
No, he can't see, silly goose. You're so
What
dumb.
if
He's blind.
Dude, what about what's his face? Mr. Evil Super Hitler guy. The anti-vigilante guy. What's his name? Um, it's Detective something.
Detective. No, I have it. I talk about it later in my notes. I can't remember. I have his ATF man. I have his actual name at some point.
What is
So
that
like
guy's name?
like Russell or no, it's not Russell. It's like it's a similar name though. Um
I'm gonna look up Officer Guy Born Again. Again, we could name a random police officer from
I could name two
two random police officers. Officer Guy
I
Born
can
Again.
actually name three police officers from Born Again.
Yeah, but Brett Mahoney
Or
doesn't count.
from the original. Well, yeah, Brett's the goat. So
Okay,
he
actually, in fairness, evil police guy is a technically bigger character than detective, or not detective, than Officer Powell.
yes, Powell, that's what it is.
But
Um
remember when he got his ass beat by random blind, random blind lawyer from Hell's Kitchen beat the crap out of me, and he also. And then Karen Page, famous friends with Matt Murdock, is with Daredevil most likely.
hmm.
Who could this be?
Hmm. I wonder who we're looking for.
Um, Did you notice in this scene, convincing D'Onofrio to not do the Fisk voice anymore?
Yeah, it was a little off.
Okay, first off, this shot looks awful, and they show this shot about 3 times. This shot looks terrible.
It's really bad.
It looks
It's
worse in
really
awful.
Also, why are they that Okay, so the bottom left ship, why
Why
is it like
does
under it? And why is the spotlight going off into random space? I'm
it
99% certain they put that in the wrong spot. I feel like
what is it
that
even
boat is
doing?
supposed to be the boat shining the light on the barge, but they wanted a visible boat, so they just smacked it on there, changed the angle a little bit, and
What is it
it
even doing?
also, why is it the background water looks like it's like above where the ship is?
Yeah. So
It
by the
just
way,
looks
the
bad.
full Hitler squad has grouped up here. We have TikTok man, evil campaign lady,
uh,
James Wexley or whatever, or
Wames
Jessley,
Jessley and
James Jessley, and Officer Hitler,
Officer Evil Man.
Officer Evil bad guy, and Officer Evil bad guy sitting with his thumbs in his plate carrier, standing like
He's
you would
doing
in
his evil bad guy pose.
He's doing the evil bad guy pose. Also, it's funny because they have a vigilante's logo on their chest,
Yeah.
and the anti-vigilante task force is a vigilante task force.
And all of them are literally
It's
like,
it's a
man,
complete
Punisher is so
it's a
awesome. I love
complete
Punisher the
what
vigilante.
is even the word? What is two things that cannot correlate? Why can't I think of this word?
It's a you just literally it's paradoxical.
Yeah, paradoxical's
It's
still
a
not quite the
paradox.
right word I'm looking for, but
Uh,
I mean, it's a non sequitur. That's basically
yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
But it of like they're acting outside, and you'd probably get told that. Well, that's the point. They're
It's like
acting
if they were like,
outside,
man, that Nobu guy is so badass. I want to be just like him. Let's kill all
and they're
these
in the
vigilantes.
anti
I hate
ninja
these.
task force.
I
and then they
anti
carry
ninja
around
task.
swords and wear masks, and they're like anti ninja task force. We're gonna be exactly like Nobu with our anti Nobu ninja task force. Um, but yeah, well,
Uh,
but also they're acting outside the law because what they're doing is illegal.
Yes.
Therefore, that makes them vigilantes in the anti-vigilante task force. Okay, the whole thing in real life where it was like cops would use the Punisher symbol, like bad cops would use the Punisher symbol to be they were fighting criminals, and then they were using excessive force on criminals, which you cannot do because innocent
It's
pro
illegal.
proven guilty and crime, and you can't just beat up a guy for no reason. And then, of course, that led to them overacting, being like, "Get rid of the Punisher logo, it makes people racist." And then so they do that in this show, but they're just like these guys just shoot random people.
And then put
Like,
a
it's
mask
not it's
on
not even
'em.
like they're going up against criminals, which is what someone who idolized Punisher would do. They'd be like, "Oh, we're just excessively beating up criminals."
They'll just beat up, like, a
They're
restaurant
just
owner
like,
when
"What's up, random Greek lady?" Bang,
"What's
bang,
up,
bang.
small business owner? Bam!
We're the bad guys.
What's up, small business owner? We're the evil bad guys.
But
Go
yeah,
beat
this
up
doesn't
that captain."
so the voice that Vincent D'Onofrio does here is like it's like he's mimicking his very toned back whisper voice from season 1.
Mhm.
But yeah, and he refers to Daredevil as the vigilante of Hell's Kitchen,
Not even the devil of Hell's Kitchen, which was his
not even
original.
Daredevil. Like I guess so the point is he wants vigilante to be connected to
It's like
it,
a buzzword,
but
I guess, but Daredevil's like a known vigilante.
yeah, and he's from Hell's Kitchen. Like it's not even he's like a vigilante who carried out this attack. He's like specifically the one from Hell's Kitchen did this.
Daredevil also has the reputation of being the person who stopped Fisk
Well, this could
twice.
work if they just didn't do Agent Nadim and all that.
Shit, I
If it
forgot
was
about
like
Agent Nadim and all that.
if it was
No,
like they
my
just
bad.
if they was like, yeah, Daredevil just murdered all those people, remember? At the bulletin, that was the real Daredevil, and everyone believed that 10 years later, you could almost make this work.
Yeah.
The
That
same
would work if
time
you didn't have the scene where the cop who was about to, like, go make all the statements and was, like, the most influential officer on the case didn't see the real Daredevil and go, "Oh my goodness, that was a fake Daredevil the whole time."
you mean a pointless character? Did you see that Twitter post? It's from season 1, but someone put it on Twitter. It was like, they really referenced Agent Nadim, a pointless character, but not Jennifer Walters, and then it got community noted. Got community noted. It was like the entirety of season 3 couldn't happen without Agent Nadim. I think it was a
Literally
rage bait so
central
far.
to the story.
It was a rage bait clip, but still, it was funny.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. It's a little weird, and that sentence is weird. And then they're like, he's like, I can get that story out of there, but it's like, it's so weird. It's like I think I can get that out there, and it's like,
Yeah, TikTok boy's like, "I can get that out for you, Mr. Fisk."
but it's like, wouldn't that just also kind of be true? Like I know Daredevil didn't actually sink the ship, but it's like,
'Cause it's also like, that's gonna be the official news story on news outlets. He's like the social media
and so he
guy.
convinces the he convinces the BB report, and if logic is
But
supposed to
she
hold from hold on, no, if logic is supposed to hold from season 1, if the BB report says it, all the other major news at the Bulletin and Ellis, they don't care. They're pushing it. I know Ellis is dead, by the way. I'm aware of that, but
I was gonna say,
I needed like a random name. Like I just needed to. It's like yeah, they don't care. That's every news organization because the BB report says it.
an
And then
independent
he
journalist.
pulls Wames Jessley aside, and he's like, "Who knows?" And he's like, "Only the captain and the first mate, sir." Um, I guess they found all the other dead people
I
by this point.
guess.
Um,
And
sure.
how do they know that they
And
got
I'm
off
glad
the
Matt
ship?
didn't even try to save him. That's great.
How do they know that the captain and the first mate got off the ship?
And I'm just so glad that Matt didn't try to save them because that's not what his character would do.
Yeah, he wouldn't have tried.
He wouldn't.
No, but the ship was sinking, though.
But they're bad guys.
He also
I don't
says
have
it
to.
he also literally
I'm not
says
gonna
it
kill
later.
you.
He's like, "People died in the ship,"
I
and
don't
he
have to kill
doesn't
you,
care.
but I don't have to save you either. Anyway, we've cut to our new favorite character, Springtrap.
Matthew Springtrap.
Yes, the
Hello,
ship
Mr.
capsizes
Afton.
in New York, and they re-show that horrible shot of that, which is literally just a shot from the show, but they like news clip,
Yeah.
um, because it does a weird pan. Like, it does the pan that the
It's like the exact same shot, just with a
so it's
news title underneath.
yeah, so, like, I don't know why they're shooting the shoulder of Kingpin, and then they, like, quick pan like it's just now happening. It's like, you could probably just do a little steady pan. You probably don't need to pan at all. You could have probably just waited until the camera was on it and edited it to be that shot. That's just not nitpick, yes, but also it looks stupid.
Mhm. It hurts your immersion in the show.
Yeah, I know I understand that that's not lore breaking and awful, but it doesn't just do it. FXN, so is that Fox Fox News? That's the news running as FXN. And yeah, it's that same shot that looks absolutely awful. Some guy's drinking alcohol and he's 4 glasses in and he just got his 5th glass and he answers the phone and the camera focuses and oh my gosh, it's the Capitol building. We're in big Washington DC. Um and then he's like it's a cluster F. It's this everything's a mess. Um
He says,
and
"No,
then he's
I'll
like
go up there myself.
I could use
I
the
need the
miles.
miles."
And they reveal it to a spring trap from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes. And then
Spring
he
trap.
puts his phone into the glass of whiskey
Corbin,
and
I don't know if
says,
you're
"Go
still
to
here,
bed
but
and
look, spring trap.
destroy
Oh, oh.
the flip phone." So obviously, this is a shady bad guy.
Oh, but he's quirky and funny. You
I
remember the
mean,
villain from Punisher? You remember the bald guy from Punisher who's he's the bad guy he kills? I can't remember the guy's name. Is it Orange?
the
Yeah.
season 1 or 2.
Well, his name is Agent Orange, but I couldn't remember if it was Agent Orange because I know that's also the Vietnam thing. But this guy,
Yeah.
let me share my screen because I guess I can wait to do this point until we get to the scene I want to talk about. But I'll set this up for now. You remember this guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, just keep him in mind. We'll come back to him in a little bit. But yeah. Anyway, so Springtrap, he's heading to New York. Um,
We get more BB report.
yes, but isn't this the fake BB report?
Yeah, it's
Or no,
propaganda.
this is the propaganda one. I was saying it was
More propaganda.
isn't this the like
No, that's not yet.
yeah, but that's not yet. So yeah, they're like he's cleaning up the trash. Um,
They're like, "Whoa, look at that boat. That's crazy. If those vigilantes can do that, imagine what else they can do. Oh, geez."
and Karen's watching the BB report on fake YouTube.
And then
That might be
she's
real
like,
YouTube. I'm just trying to see if I can spot a logo.
maybe.
She's got a
Uh,
MacBook though.
Karen is like about to go meet with her source. And says, "No matter what we do, Kingpin just keeps getting back up. It's even worse than before." What is she talking about?
It's
Is
also
she
just not, by the way.
I assume she's talking about the original show, which was way worse than this
He
because
he controlled the FBI with no legal like he doesn't have red tape in the original show.
no, he doesn't have
He
to
had
like maintain
institutional
public
power without
image.
the red tape.
Yeah. Like this, he has power and like you'll see in a bit, he does control people, but he also has to maintain public image. In that he was in the shadows
Optics.
for most of it.
Fill that hole. Optics.
So terrible.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, he keeps coming back," and it's like,
Agent and
"Yep,
Demon, all that. Matt says
yep,
that's
he
why we
does."
have to keep trying. If we expose that he's running guns and using the free port to line his and his cronies' pockets, show the city, show Albany who he is, and he will be held accountable. I
So
have to
finally, a
believe that,
mention of
Karen.
oh yeah, he's not even the highest ranking official in the state.
No. So
But I think the governor would already be privy to the most important city in his state, where the most voters are.
yeah, that's being held under martial law,
In
which
the
he
Charles
doesn't have the
Soule
power to enact.
in the Charles Soule Mayor Fisk comic run, there's a moment where he goes to speak with like super billionaires, and he's like, oh, he's kind of powerless, but then he later like because he's kingpin, kind of proves he is more powerful. It's a whole thing, but I don't know. I was just thinking of that because I was like, oh yeah, that was actually pretty decent. This sucks. No one's
Yeah,
ever needed. No one like why is it like we got to show Albany who he is? What's the FBI doing?
they're
Like,
gone.
like this
Agent
isn't
Nadim
like
and all that.
this is insane. Like no due process, no body cams. Like,
What's the president up to?
who is the president? Is it still Harrison Ford?
Yeah, why doesn't Red Hulk pull up
Oh
and
no,
kill
he's in the
everybody?
raft now. But who is his vice president?
I don't I don't freaking know, bro. Why doesn't the little um Secret Service lady come beat him up?
Also, like, what is like he's running guns. Then the city will know who he is. He killed people, and they still
They
elected him mayor.
literally know that he murdered a lot of people.
That wasn't that long ago. He was in Hawkeye.
Yeah, he was killing people like recently in lore.
Anyway, whatever.
Karen says Jess pulled the ship's manifest.
Well, she get who he's
Are
smuggling
we
guns for. No.
serious?
Like, what are they?
But she has the name of the captain and the first
Also, I
mate.
don't think the guns are going to be on the manifest
No,
because
they would
they're
not be on the
illegal.
manifest because the only people that know about them are
I guess
Kingpin,
the only
Doc,
point of
and
this manifest is that she has the captain and the first mate's name.
yeah,
Something that he could have figured out, probably.
yeah. Um,
And he essentially does, by the way. Like, him knowing who they are doesn't even matter because he goes to that Greek restaurant and he's like, the task force did this?
he just finds them. Yeah, he doesn't even need their name.
Yeah, I don't know. And then they do, I guess they're in casual kissing when they leave relationship. At first, I was kind of like, maybe they're just hooking up because, oh, I don't know. But then it's like, nope, they're just going to make out before he leaves, I guess. That's cool. Which, remember when Foggy was like, whoa, this is a thing? That's what's happening now in season 2? That's kind
Yeah,
of how I felt, except I was also like, you aren't the same characters. I don't care. And then they
yeah.
show us, oh my gosh, all these wigs. This one's
Wait,
missing, but
what are these
this
wigs
wig's
for?
bald. And then they match the shot because it cuts to Kingpin, who is bald. Brilliant.
Wow.
This is storytelling. Who watches
Fist.
angrily the shot of Daredevil.
Yeah. However, he
It's
got
important,
that.
by the way. It's very important, by the way, that he has. This is the only person who has this shot, and we get a scene later that kind of implies like they didn't want other people to see this because he shows the symbol. And that symbol means something. But like, I don't know, it's just worth remembering. The
Somebody else
mayor
has
has
it
this.
later.
The mayor has this. That's the only thing worth remembering right now. So Mr. Gomez, who I don't know what his job is, but
He
then
is the lieutenant governor,
oh yes, 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 that's right. I
whatever
remember
that is.
because Springtrap has
Yeah,
a big he does the big funny later.
is a funny
And
line
then
about it. And the
the
attorney
attorney
general.
general is there.
They talk
Yeah.
about like
He's
Fisk's
like, I
extreme
I
powers he's
haven't met
given himself that weren't discussed with either him or the governor. Um,
we
basically,
haven't met
th-
before.
they're gonna have oversight for all of the. Yeah, we haven't met before,
Obviously.
and the attorney general's like, "Well, yeah, not for lack of trying."
You've given yourself extraordinary emergency powers. For safer
Palpatine.
streets initiative. And the mayor does not control anything. Does a mayor have
Definitely not
any
martial
control?
law.
Does a mayor have any control over a police force? Mayor have authority over the police? I'm just curious. Okay, so yes, seemingly, technically, he is the chief executive or commander in chief, so it's the same. And that is Google AI, so it could be some couldn't be technically inaccurate, but okay, fine. It's a show.
It's
Anyway,
just a show, dude.
yeah. So we learned this made me laugh. Remember, he implies it because he may have control over the police. He does not have control over sentencing. And somehow he's mandating vigilantes as
Oh, due
terrorists and
process
giving them imposing mandatory life sentences. He doesn't have any judicial power. That's kind of the whole point.
of yeah, that's kind of the whole point of like the American government is that there's three branches with checks and balances. Whoa, getting a little nerdy here. That's what checks and balances are for. Because somebody
You
would go,
can't
"Yo,
mandate a
this
life
this
sentence.
guy is
A
crazy. He
judge
can't be doing
decides
this,"
the
and stop
sentence.
him. Yeah,
Yeah, that was just hilarious. I was like, "Holy crap!" Okay, yeah. Also, they're just executing people. They're not even doing the life
yeah,
sentences,
they're
man.
literally just murdering people
Or
or keeping
anyone
them in a
convicted
cage
of
in a building.
extrajudicial actions, moves that weren't discussed with the governor. It's like
It's like he himself is also doing
discuss with the attorney
judicial
general, then
actions.
prosecute him, dude. That's kind of your job.
No, but something's gonna happen though.
There's a ship in the East River.
A
Please tell the
culprit will
governor
be
that the
brought to
culprit will be
justice.
brought to justice loudly, visibly. And Sheila's like, mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And
I
then
vowed to clean up the streets. I have done that. I'm
says
gonna
my
be honest. Like, okay, maybe this is true in some way. Fisk was elected, and then 60 people were killed, and then they shot the guy who killed 60 people, except they didn't even do it. But and they're just like, your city's safer.
city is safe. Well, there
Say
a
only
time has passed. Time has passed.
it was
Like
only
probably a
60
week,
people.
but
That's even how it goes in season one. He's like, there's only 60 people. Like Ted Bundy killed like 30 something.
yeah,
He's killed 60. Anyway.
yeah.
And
Uh,
Buck's like, yeah, that's right, man. He's giving him a little smirk.
Buck and TikTok boy just
TikTok
literally
man.
just smirk it
Man.
up this entire scene, and I don't know
Dude,
why.
the freaking evil villain laugh moment is some of the one of the cringiest things I've ever seen. But anyway,
Huh, we're the bad guys.
Quirky Springtrap comes in and he's like, "Have you guys ever tried Euro King?
This is
It's
like
so
a
good."
pound of
This is
food.
literally the exact same scene as the freaking Philly cheesesteak scene, dude.
Yeah.
Do you like Giovanni's? The lighter in the cart was like, it was insane. And then Gomez is like,
I don't
bro,
know what you think you're
who's
doing here.
Gomez stands up, he's like, who's this guy? And Sheila's like, excuse me. Here's the deal. You're not picking up on the media literacy moment here. He's sitting down, showing he's calm and collected while everyone else stands up to greet him abrasively. This is setting the tone for what the character's gonna
Yeah, the guy says, I don't know what you think you're doing
be.
here.
Sheila's like,
And
you're not supposed to be here.
yeah, and he's like, actually, I am. The lieutenant governor says, I don't know what you think you're
Oh,
doing here.
but he
He
knows
said,
Sheila's name actually.
yeah, he already
Says,
knows all
"I'm
their
not
names.
supposed to be here, Sheila." And then it's like a moment, and you're like, "Oh, this guy
Yeah,
means business. He knows
he did
he
his
know he
research.
knows
He did
someone
a
we don't
Google
know, and
search.
we saw her
Now,
for
I
one
don't even know
season."
Sheila's name. And then he says, I don't even know what a
It is
lieutenant
funny
governor
too,
is,
because
so
she
I
like
guess we're even.
but she like gives a look after he says her name of like, and it's like, so you think this guy just broke into the office and like presumably you then assume he lives in New York and you're important to the mayor's cabinet and you're like, "How does he know my name?"
How does he know me? I
You're
work for the
involved in
mayor.
politics.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
a freaking idiot.
And she's like, "He means business."
Yeah, and then the attorney general, he says we won't be intimidated, and then his phone rings, and funny guys says,
Well, if we get his name is
Try
Mr.
gonna. He's
Charles,
Mr. Charles. Charles
which I
Soule.
believe is Cheshire Cat is the character in comics. Which,
Yeah,
oh my gosh, that's so cool, man.
that's so cool. Cheshire Cat, awesome.
Wow.
Um, yeah. So attorney general gets a call, picks it up, talks a little bit, and then says, "Yes, Miss DeFontaine,"
Okay,
and hangs
wait.
up.
Apparently, he's just also not even Cheshire Cat. Apparently, that was just a lie that I
Oh,
saw. Thanks,
okay,
thanks, Google AI. That was cool.
cool.
I
So we're
think I
bringing.
think you could hear my eye roll from where you were living, from where you live
I
when
heard
he
it,
said
and
the
I
word.
was like, what, 20 minutes behind you, and I was like, oh, something bad must be happening in 20 minutes because I just heard Caleb's eye
Dude,
roll
oh
an
my
hour and
gosh.
20 minutes away.
What if we mention one of the dumbest characters ever?
Yeah. Why are we bringing her into this? Because that makes me go, okay, at the end of Thunderbolts, um, I can't even remember what's her name.
They own
What's
Fontaine,
what's
Florence Pugh.
yeah, Florence Pugh, but they own her and they're keeping an eye on her. How do they not know that she's now
I guess they're
influencing
just
the
the
mayor of New York?
Thunderbolts are pro Hitler. So I guess
And
we're supposed to assume this takes place before that.
why are we to assume that? I
'Cause
guess
we
because she
are.
has government power, some, but she
I
also had it at the
I
end,
don't
and she
know. I don't
also,
know, but I'm assuming because this is a week after season 1, which came out before Thunderbolts. They don't even know when this takes place. They want it to take place a year before it actually can reasonably take place.
yeah,
Because they said in Hawkeye, he hasn't been Ronin for years.
years.
So it has to take place at least a second year after the events of Endgame, which means this can't take place until after that, which means that this takes place way before when they want it to. But anyway,
Yeah,
we will not be intimidated. Sylvan Ring. I understand, Miss Fontaine. What is her job? Is she the DHS director in Thunderbolts? I don't
yeah,
remember.
she's like, I don't know. She works in the government. She's important. She does evil stuff. She's bad and evil.
What's her job?
And then
She is the director of the CIA. So he's like, I'm from Langley. Anyway, this is a good time to talk. So he's quirky, funny man. Remember Agent Orange from Punisher? Remember that guy? Remember how scary and evil he was? He also worked for the CIA. Same organization, by the way.
Nadim's boss was more menacing.
Well, that's the point. He's supposed to under. He's
I'm talking
supposed to be
about his boss
quirky.
that was literally her entire character was like, "Oh, I don't want my kids to die.
No, no, no.
Sorry,
You're
sorry,
missing the point
Mr.
here. You're
Nadim,
missing.
I gotta
No,
kill you now."
okay. Someone doesn't like quirky, funny.
Because
Guess you just hate happiness, man.
it's
Guess you
not
hate happiness. No, it's all
good.
good, bro. It's all good.
He also
Um,
like kind of sort of bitches up Fisk later, and it's like, what happened to Scary Fisk in season 1 or season
yeah, we'll
2
get there.
or
We'll get there.
season 3 where he's literally
We'll get
terrifying?
there. We'll get
Anyway, Attorney General hangs up and says, "As I was saying, my office will totally support everything you do, Mr. Fisk. We love you. Your policy is perfect. We're good boys for you."
Oversight won't be a problem. And then Mr. Charles gives him a thumbs up in the back. Now you probably missed that because you're not media literate like me.
Yeah, you give him a
Oh,
thumbs up.
you also missed this. Look, all of their heads are chopped off. And remember, Fisk likes chopping heads off. Look, see, you missed this because you're not media literate.
Except for him, because he's sitting down. Except for Springtrap.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So dumb. I
And
wonder
is
if
this
they're
when they
all
hit their
gonna
evil
die.
giggle?
Yeah.
I appreciate that very much.
Oh, we're the evil guys.
I'm gonna find a giggle.
We're the bad guys. Ah, giggle.
The Oh yeah, it is. It is. Okay. He calls him Juan, and then they're like,
Yeah,
Juan.
he just calls him by his name, and they're like, "Oh, stupid
And then
idiot."
Buck hits little.
Looks like,
And TikTok man's like hitting the hands in the pockets. He's laughing.
oh
Fisk
yeah,
is
Mr.
laughing.
Fisk. Oh, Mr. Fisk, that was a good one. That yeah,
All he does is go,
Mr. Charles.
you got a dumb name there, Juan.
It's
And they're
literally
all
just like a
like,
normal name.
lame.
He's just, I guess, racist. I don't know.
They're like, yeah, that's right, man. Well, they are. This is Hitler. This is Team Hitler.
Yeah.
All right,
This was just bad. This was just dumb.
this scene sucked. And then construction man walks in with a file folder and shoves it next to some caramel popcorn. Is this Fiddle Faddle, by the way? It's not called Fiddle
It
Faddle, but
wasn't Fiddle Faddle, but it was caramel corn. It was other
So,
caramel corn.
realistically, let's be real, it probably should have been Fiddle Faddle, but whatever.
Yeah. There's also another jump cut here.
Oh, yeah, but they first show us wanted Karen Page aided in abetting a vigilante.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know, I don't think yeah, just whatever. Cool. What's the jump cut you're talking about here?
As she's like about to grab it, the guy teleports across the screen and she moves as well.
Yeah, that looks kinda weird. I don't know.
It's
Yeah, I
bad.
just they wanted to pass time, but they didn't want to. I don't know. It's weird.
This one, the shot doesn't change. Just it cuts from the same shot just a
Yeah.
couple seconds later.
And then she grabs the caramel corn and the folder at the same time, puts the folder in her bag and puts the caramel corn back.
Yeah. Super slick.
Mhm. Okay.
And then we get therapist lady talking with swordsman.
I didn't think any of what we had seen was good to this point. This is when I was like, this show sucks. This is now. Don't get me wrong. I think I probably was like that when they name dropped freaking Allegra de Fontaine. I never thought it was good, but this is when I was like, oh, this is bad, bad. This is that kind of bad.
Yeah, this is like really, really bad.
So we have Jack Duquesne and Heather Glynn. Remember, Heather was totally normal, for the most part, and then decided that she thinks vigilantes are like evil, and I don't know. I don't know what her character was supposed to be.
I
Uh,
don't know because they have a couple. I've seen them getting praised, and it's like the late. She'll like get a flashback of, or she'll
hey,
see a
can
vision
we
of
just
news,
fast
and then the
forward to the
camera
part in the
tilts.
comics where Heather Glynn kills herself?
Dude, please,
That'd be
please.
pretty great. But yeah, swordsman. You get $1 if you can name exactly what. Not you. I'm just saying. Challenge if you can name the other show swordsman was in.
Hawkeye.
Exactly. Exactly. Dude, this scene doesn't make any
What did
sense.
he do in that show? He was a red herring.
This scene doesn't make any
That's it.
sense. Yeah, this scene is stupid in the moment, and then it's even worse. It gets made worse later. Um,
Especially because she has audio recording of it, and then she has to go to court and lie
What?
about
Hold on,
his
no, no,
answers that she has
that's
audio
not even what I'm
recording.
gonna say. So let's get through this. He's getting a psych eval, and at this moment, this is when we start getting these moments where characters you don't give a single crap about begin interacting with each other, which makes me not want to watch these scenes. I don't like Heather. I don't like Swordsman. They are now interacting. It's not good, and it happens a lot in this episode from now on, where characters you
It's
don't care about interact
it's
with each other.
these two. It's Kirsten McDuffie and
It's
Cherry and Hawkberg and
we know we'll
um
get there, bro. That's
therapist
part of the
lady
episode we're covering right now.
and BB and Karen. That's most of the rest of the episode is those characters interacting.
And he's like, Dr. Glenn, impartial. And it's like, I guess he's got a point. And he keeps looking at this like the freaking clamp thing.
Yeah.
And he
It's
wants to
like
know where his lawyers are,
she
or
says
he wants to know where he
basically
is.
she basically says they can do whatever they want to him, and unless he complies and does exactly what they want, he will never see a trial.
And then she writes hostile. Now here's the deal:
Yeah.
either the writers of the show are pretty base, and they also think therapists and psychiatrists are like
Are evil pieces of garbage.
are kind of are yeah, it's kind of a shady, it's kind of a shady job. Maybe they're based in that, or I don't know. Uh, but it's like, so she's like, she writes hostile, um, which I guess is technical. I don't know. He wasn't really hostile. He was just like, shouldn't my lawyers be here? Where am I?
Yeah.
Now, and I know you're gonna say, well, she's doing it incorrectly. We'll get to that.
But she doesn't do that until later when she
We'll get
gets
there.
told
We'll get
to,
there.
and
So
then
you're
she
like,
has a
well,
panic attack about it.
she's bro. I said we'll get there. You gotta stop cutting me off. We're going in chronological order here, because all right, you're really jumping around here. We're not even we're not even halfway through the episode. That's why we gotta wait till we get the scenes to talk about them. 10 hours. All right. Um, so she's like, we gotta do a psych eval because you're big, you're vigilante, you're crazy. So she writes that he's hostile, and he's like, that's an absurd accusation that I categorically deny. Um, which is obviously what you'd say in this moment. You know, the whole anything you say can will be used against you in court of law.
Innocent until proven guilty.
And then she
All
writes,
that.
delusional. Um,
Yeah, he starts citing, like, actual law, and she's like,
yeah, and it's like so there's about 7 things, and once we get to those later scenes, I'll kinda circle back around to this. I'm under the impression, A, that at first she's like it's like, "Oh, she's intentionally being misleading," and then I'm also like, "Why is she just evil now?" So she doesn't even have, like, pride in her job that she thinks is clearly very important. Not that doesn't align with her character, and we'll get to even more how stupid this is later. So I'm like, "Okay, so I guess now she's just big evil." Um And he says the DA will have to prove that in court, which is true, and also how the legal system works, and she writes, "Hates authority." And
yeah.
that's not true. He was like, "Hey, I'm getting held here against my will for no reason, being tortured in cages, and he's gonna have to prove it." And then he's like, "DA, that we'll have to get there." And then they get to this weird true false scene, and he's like, "Obviously, we're not gonna do that unless my lawyer's talking." What is it?
I
What's
just
up?
thought of another thing. He was being held in the same place as Punisher, who
Yeah.
escaped and didn't help anyone else escape for whatever
Well,
reason.
they don't like no, but you don't understand there's a bunch of cops there.
Yeah, but remember the part where Punisher escaped?
Yeah, but he was next to the door, though.
He wasn't. He was, like, smack dab in the
No,
middle of
he
all
was
the
next to
people.
the door, bro. But they like him, so he was probably just like, "I'm with you guys now," and they were like, "Let's
Right
go," and then he
after all
left.
the cops fought him to bring him down.
Bro, you the Agent Nadim and all that, dude, come on.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Hey, my bad, bro. My bad.
Punisher and all that, alright?
Punisher and all that.
And then so he says the obvious thing of like, "I'm not gonna do a psych eval for you unless it's agreed by both the prosecution and defense, because you work for the guy who's currently trying to prosecute all vigilantes, therefore, this isn't a impartial thing," the whole legal system and all that. And then
Legal system and all that.
she's like she gets all mad, and he says, "I know the law," and she's like and then she sees Muse, and then I was like, "Oh, don't remind me that you guys ruined Muse."
And then the
Um,
camera, it
she
tilts.
goes she goes crazy, and you begin to hear like violin string similar almost similar to like Bullseye's flies and the same noise they do whenever anyone's going crazy in the show. They did it with freaking Muse. It's like, guys, you gotta do that was a Bullseye thing.
Yeah,
You
that
can't
was
just do that
just
with
him.
every yeah.
That was because
And
he's
then
literally a psycho.
so now she goes crazy and she's like, "Do you know the law?" And then she's like, "You know you're being held here under the Safer Streets Act," which doesn't mean
Is
he doesn't know the
illegal.
law. It means he's like, "Well, that's just an unconstitutional law."
Yeah,
Um, you're not at Rikers. And the NYPD has no jurisdiction over this place or any knowledge of your whereabouts. And he's like, yes, this is all legal. I know the law.
apparently.
Those 2 men outside can do whatever they please to you, should I ask them to. Why is she evil? I don't understand this. So what? Because she killed a guy and almost died, it's not only did she go crazy, she went evil.
Yeah. It's not even like at the end of season 1, it felt like she was being misled by Fisk and was gonna be used by him, not just turning outright evil.
And then she was like, "And your trial, that can be delayed."
Yeah, they can basically just hold him indefinitely until he complies with what they want him to do.
And they thought she was so tough here. That only the only thing that might ever enable you to see the light of day can be postponed until you heal or canceled if you don't. Um, what? And then for whatever reason, that makes him like, "You're right. Imma answer your questions now."
Yeah.
And he just starts answering her questions.
Yeah, it's like generic psych eval questions, do you see, like, what do you the first one was like, "Do you like, mechanic
Yeah, you like mechanics
magazines?"
magazine. I don't care about the questions.
It
I'm
was
just sitting
those
here,
are
I'm
those
like,
yeah.
She just
it's
said the most
weird.
incoherent statement of sentence ever, and the show's like, "She's right."
She
And
got him.
he's like, "Dang, she got me."
She got me. It like I nothing is really happening. Like it's
And they're getting calls, and it's like he's detained by the task force when it's like, they don't apparently all these people are represented by Murdoch and McDuffie,
like
but,
all
like,
of them
they've never
somehow.
spoken to them, and no one knows where they are.
Yeah. And then Kirsten asks
Also,
Cherry
you're
to
telling me Jack Duquesne, who was, like, uber rich, can't afford, like, a super expensive attorney who doesn't suck at their job because Matt is no longer a good lawyer based off the White Tiger case?
yeah.
And Kirsten walks in, and Cherry's sleeping. This is our first Cherry moment of the show. Uh, that poor actor looks like he aged horribly. Um, and yeah, and they're like, "Have you heard from Matt?" And this remember what I just said about characters who don't care about the interacting? This is the epitome of that. Cherry and Kirsten interacting. And this is again, as all their scenes have always been, just exposition.
Yeah. And then she's like, "My partner, my friend is missing." It's
Yeah,
like,
so one investigator can't expect to be handle it.
I've seen you interact
What I
once and you were
yeah,
mad
yeah,
at each other.
yeah, but
Like,
anyway, Fisk targets people who can't pay, and we can't afford another investigator. You have 30 employees in a massive studio office. Fire people and move into a smaller place. That Matt and Foggy were in a
we've never seen
two-building
any of their
room.
employees do any work that affects anything
No, that lady
or
just
be
answered the
useful.
phone.
Other
One
than that
scene before
woman who
that lady
answered
just
the
answered
phone
the phone.
once.
They have, like, 12 employees, and okay, Matt and Nelson and Murdoch was literally a one-room building that had, like, separators put up,
Yeah.
and they couldn't pay Karen, and they were getting paid in free food, and
Yeah, they didn't
they
make
got
money. They could
and
pay
the
rent
only
barely.
reason they could pay rent was because the building was destroyed in the Battle of New York from Avengers.
Yeah. So it was cheaper and they got money from the one like Fisk case that they took,
Yes.
which paid
Anyway,
rent for a bit.
they're like, you can't afford to pay me." She's like, "I know." What does she say? Because and she calls it David and Goliath shit. Um,
Yeah.
and then Cherry exposits, "The task force people, they just disappear, man."
They disappear. Half of these are AVTF
And it's like,
pickups and they
yeah,
just disappear.
this Kirsten would know that.
Yeah.
And she's like, "We need to find him though." And it's like, I don't understand why she cares. She doesn't know any of this. Like, she doesn't really know what's happening. I don't know. It's just weird. She's such a
Yeah.
useless character. And
Uh
he's like, "Have you heard from my friend?" And I'm like, "You're not friends. Let's move on."
we've seen them
Um,
interact once.
yeah, and
Maybe
Matt's gonna be
it's like
fine.
3 I don't know. And then Hawkberg shows up. We have Cherry Hawkberg and Kirsten McDuffie interacting. This is the worst
Oh, that's it.
like
Before that though, Easy Resi, text Cherry, Red Kitchen, conservation at 7 p.m. Why confirm in cancel?
he says why.
And he's gonna show up.
This
And
will be
he's like, "I'm
used
on my
again
way
later.
out. I'm
This
on
will
my
be
way out."
used
And he has a flip phone. I'm assuming it's a burner, but I don't know. He
probably.
keeps it
It's probably his burner. I think that's the phone he uses specifically to stay in touch with Matt.
probably. And then
Um,
Hochberg walks in. He's like, "Th- this is a you're not a white shoe firm. This is a legal aid hostel." Because remember, Kirsten was at the DA's office working with Hochberg before this.
yes,
Again, the
because
office is
that's a real
massive,
thing.
and they're like, "We're broke." It's like, okay, whatever.
It's like, no, you were broken the first one because you had to hide wires in your ceiling tiles, and you had to steal tea from the accounting firm next door.
And then we get a stereotypical exposition. As you know,
Yeah, it
he
was
drops a. We both know I don't need to be here.
you and we both already know this,
I
but I'm
came
gonna
because I
say it.
respect you. You are
Yeah.
one of my best, and I want to save you from an avalanche of career-ending embarrassment. Plead out of the Duquesne case. Um, so she hasn't spoken to her client because no one knows where he is, but they're ready for pleas.
They've never interacted before ever, but it's their
She
client.
gives him she gives him the big smirk of like, "Mm-mm. I have 4 brothers, I don't get embarrassed.
That was the
I'm
cringe.
gonna
It was
like,
so
dude, I'm
cringe.
gonna click through this." And he goes, "You think the evidence matters?
Yeah, she
I'm
goes,
the
"My
evil
defenses
lawyer.
my defenses are rock solid. I have the evidence to prove it. You think the evidence
I'm
matters?
evil lawyer, man."
I'm
And
evil. I read the tea leaves. Come
"I
back to the
can't believe you're
DA's
evil,
office."
man." Yeah,
What?
and Hochberg is just like, "No, you don't understand, I'm big evil, and then I'll
I'm
pay you a lot of
super
money
evil.
even though I'm a government employee and I can't actually control your salary." Um, and then she's like and then this is the ADR line we get, where she's like, "I must respectfully say," and then it cuts to his face, and the clearly ADR'd, she says, "F you."
Yeah.
It just it doesn't flow right, like, it doesn't sound right when you listen to it.
No, it's just obviously,
Anytime the character is saying something, his face is off screen, likely ADR, not guaranteed, but it very is likely ADR. Um, yeah, and I don't know, this and then it does it again later, and it's kinda weird. Literally 1 scene later, "Well, that's disappointing." And she says this scene made me die of cringe. She says, "I really prefer Counselor McDuffie."
yeah. Yeah, it's so terrible.
Yeah,
Um,
Kirsten sucks.
I'll see you in court, Counselor
Yeah,
McDuffie.
sure you will, yep. Um,
And then Cherry and Matt meet under a bridge, I think. I don't know. They talk about
you
the
remember when
boat.
scenes in Netflix Daredevil was like, they would just go to a place and make it look cool, whereas in this show, they were like, "Find a cool place and we'll go there." It's just something worth pointing out. Um, yeah, so then Cherry and Matt have a conversation. Unfortunately, no blow up your life. Very
No blow
disappointed
up in
about
life,
that.
unfortunately.
Um,
I think his life has already been blown up, so Cherry just isn't a character anymore. He doesn't have
Surprised
his
to hear publicly
line.
its importance to Northern Starship. Said, "I had a feeling you're behind this." It wasn't the official story that Vigilante from Hell's Kitchen sunk the ship, but whatever. Um,
Yeah.
it's loaded with military weapons and heavy duty ordnance. This is redundant. We know this. But now Cherry knows it, I guess. So he's obviously making money far more than just his rich friends. How? Why? How do you jump to that conclusion? Did you know this guy who has a private military has guns? This is big
But
evil. This is our best chance to expose him. Or just go pull the news footage from 15 years ago when he killed all those people.
yeah, it's dumb. It's just it's terrible. It's so
Yeah.
bad. We
So
can hustle through a lot of that.
Fisk
They
will
don't
move the weapons before he can link him to the ship. And Cherry gets real mad. This he does kind of do the don't be Daredevil, man. He says he sank his ship. Here's a guy that would kill if someone's rude to his wife, except he hasn't done that lately. And this Fisk will destroy this whole city. Yeah. Um, and Cherry's like, I'm retired, man. And then Matt tells him people died on that boat. Thanks to Matt. He didn't try to save him at all. And then they have a big funny. They're like, you and Kirsten love doing guilty. Ha ha. Blah, blah,
love
blah.
guilt tripping me.
And he says, "You never let me down. That's when I come to you." It's like, yo, we've never seen that. You're not a character. You don't have a relationship.
They yeah, it there's no relationship here at all. It's if it's characters that have never interacted before being like, you know, I've known you a long time, Cherry.
And then,
You too,
yeah.
Matt.
And then he gives him the names. He's like, "You need me to spell those?" And Cherry's like, "Yeah, I need you to spell them."
Yeah, I need you to spell 'em, Matt. Like, it's just dumb. It's just dumb.
And then he says they're co-conspirators in the gun running. Like, why did he say that? Yes, obviously.
Yeah.
Why did he go? Those two guys who were doing the gun running, they took off. That means they're co-conspirators. Thanks for the secondary viewing there. Glad if I was on my phone, it really would have helped. And then and then Hitler vans pull up to the Greek restaurant. And this is what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
Greek lady stares them down, and they're
calls him a
big evil.
fascist.
They're shoving people out of the way, and they walk in, and detective and agent officer evil man, um, he shows them a picture, and he's like, "We're looking for these guys. This is supposed to be one of their spots." And then she's like, "My English is bad." And Pal's and Evil Man's just like,
Don't
nah,
give me
yes or
that
no."
crap. And then she calls him a fascist in Greek, and he punches her in the face.
I just watched it happen.
He just lays her out, and then the captain just, like, pops up literally out of nowhere and starts slowly running away through the restaurant, and they slowly chase him
His
through the
running
restaurant.
looks so fake.
Dude, and then the guy, like,
It-
running after him, pushing past people looks so dumb.
just watch.
It's like Obi-Wan
I can show
Kenobi
like 3 seconds
show
of this. Like, just watch.
choreography.
Just watch this. Watch his running.
Like, why is he running so slow?
Why is
Both
he
of them.
shuffling and why is Pal shuffling after him?
Yeah, Karen's definitely beating him up at the end of this season, bro.
And then he shoves a waiter out of the way as he. I can't show this, but after he shoves the waiter, he takes like a half slide step. and and the captain gets out of the thing, but then the big tank pulls up. He keeps hobbling down the street, and where is Pal? He was like 3 steps behind him, and it's been 20 to 30 seconds,
And he was
and then Pal
actively
walks
closing
out
on him.
and hits him in the head with a nightstick, and now he's unconscious. And but now Pal beats him up in the alley.
Yep.
I'm Officer Evil Man, and he spits in slow motion.
And it's super tough and cool, and he's
And now we'll fly through this. We get the B report, but then it's like, actually, BB Urich sucks, and we have a guy
subbed
dressed
out.
as Mayor Kingpin
Ben
talking.
Urich would be disappointed in her. Kingpin's doing bad stuff at the secret port. The ship crashed. He
Yeah, so he just
somehow
exposits
this
everything that we all know.
this person somehow has the security footage from the ship of Daredevil. How I don't know how he has that because Kingpin's the only person that should have that. Um,
So it's someone from the mayor's office, which immediately I'm like, so is this TikTok man? Like, that's the only one I think this could even apply to. It's TikTok. It's gonna be TikTok man, or it's gonna be Foggy,
yeah, and it kind of sounds like Foggy,
or it's gonna be BB.
but it's like a guy though.
It
But that would
sounds
be
like
the
a guy.
twist, is it would be a voice filter, and it's actually
Well,
BB.
obviously, because BB's not actually putting out fake stuff. She's playing. She's playing them.
Yeah, it's probably BB, which is just tragic.
It's TikTok man BB or
Because she
Foggy.
also,
Worst option is
she
Foggy.
she told what's his name in season 1 that the BB report isn't the only way she writes, and not everything she writes is under her name.
Yeah.
But we have never gotten any payoff to that line, and we've never seen anything else she makes. So
Also, you
she
can't see
could
the
be,
mask moving, so she's just hand acting, and someone else is talking. Like
yeah, I don't know. Then there's a party at TikTok Boy's house.
and BB shows up, and they're like, "Remember us, friends?"
Remember
Not
us,
They
pals?
were never friends. They pretended to be friends one time. She exploited him for information, leaked it to the press, and TikTok man was like, "I can't believe BB Yurg leaked that to the press." And they were like, "Anyway, we're back to being friends again." I can't
Yeah.
believe BB Yurg almost got me killed. Anyway, friends as usual. Again, there's another scene of two characters you don't care about interacting.
Good
Um,
job with the propaganda reports. He has a really nice
this is
apartment
all
because
worthless.
Fisk cut
This
him a
whole
good
conversation is
deal.
worthless.
Nothing real happens. And then we immediately go back to the restaurant.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, like it's like they do break the 180 rule in this. Um,
Yeah.
it's not too jarring. It's actually not that great. So I'm gonna explain it real quick. 180 rule is you have characters on one side of the screen. Don't cut to a scene where they're on opposite sides of the screen. BB is shot for this whole scene on the left side. TikTok man is on the right side. Then they cut to a shot from outside the window. TikTok man's now on the left side. BB's now on the right side, and there's a pole between them because she's putting up a wall. She's putting up a wall because it's not the real her, even though it. I don't, they probably thought they were real clever with this one. I don't even know if that's what they're going for. I might be giving them too much credit, but um,
Probably.
it's not a requirement. It just keeps the viewer from getting jarred, uh, and it does feel a little weird. I think it almost works because it is a window, so you kind of already have a scale of where the room is, but they did do this in season 1, and it is really bad in season 1
Yeah.
of, like, really jarring. So, just something to keep an eye on if they keep doing that.
Yeah. Then we
And,
get
yeah, BB is,
Matt.
like, happy, but then he walks away, and she's like, "I don't actually we're not actually friends, but you don't know that." And it's like, "But we do." And then, yeah, Matt shows this is one of my favorite moments in this episode.
Yeah, you can talk about
So
this.
so random blind guy walks into the Greek restaurant. He's like, "Did the FIST task force do this?" And she's like, "Go away. It's none of your concern." And you can see in the reflection, oh, this is we know it's Matt, but she sees random blind guy with glasses. And then he's like, "I'm a lawyer." And she keeps staring at him blankly. And he's like, "I think you get people out of New York." And she's still staring at him blankly. And then he says the name, and then he and then he says, "I think, and he reaches off screen and grabs his cane and grabs it like this, and he smirks at her, and she's like, "Murdoch?"
Matt Murdock?
And I texted Jake after last night. I'm like, "This is literally Perry the Planet. This is a Dr. Doofenshmirtz scene." She's like, "Random blind lawyer," and then he grabs his cane, and she's like, "Matt Murdock, the blind lawyer." This is literally Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Really, like the
Until
first
he
thing he
grabs his
says is that he's a
signature
lawyer.
cane, does she until she recognizes the Matt Murdock cane. That's when she's like, "It's Murdoch."
Oh, what?
And
The
he's like,
only the
"Yep."
most famous blind lawyer in all of New
I guess
York?
technically he is
What?
just wearing random sunglasses.
He's still
So
famous
maybe
in the city,
I don't
though,
I don't it's
and
just
he's
funny.
missing.
It's just funny, dude. It's like Matt Murdock, the blind lawyer.
Dude,
And it's like, "Are
it's
you supposed to be missing or dead?"
yeah,
This
their
one's tough.
conversation
Task force took him. Not
basically
even
goes
lawyer. Not she refers to him as not even the lawyer from Hell's Kitchen. Just like, okay, so we're back to this whole he's famous thing.
yeah,
But yeah, we'll get out of there real quick, and then Cal, Officer Evil
Powell
is beating
is
up is beating up
torturing
this
the
guy,
guy. He's
and
asking him
he tells them Daredevil was on the ship, and then
which
And
they
then
already
so
know.
basically and then yeah, so they wanna know where the other guy is, and that's what he's telling him. And then so he does the big and then Buck Cashman walks in, he's like, "Hey, man, you're" he's a nice cop. You're being too mean to him. He's like, "He confirmed it was Daredevil on the boat." It's like Fisk had the video. So again, this implies
Yeah,
that the video is not out there? I don't know. Like,
yeah.
obviously, it was Daredevil on the boat. We know,
He's
and the
also
story was that Daredevil was the one on the boat.
yeah, he's also so he's evil cop guy is torturing him to try and get the information out. Um, and then Buck stops him, plays the nice cop. Um, he says, instead of torturing him, maybe put the kettle on, get him talking over a nice cup of tea. Sorry about him, he's new. Which also, you aren't a real character. You're Wames Jessley. You are new. You have not been around for a long time. You are new. But yeah, he says that, and
Doesn't
then
even
he
try to get more information out of him, shoots him
he,
in the head.
he just shoots him in the back of the head.
So I guess the
So what
implication
was the
is, like,
point of
he
that
knows
entire
that he
scene?
doesn't have more information now. I don't know,
But how does
whatever.
he know that? Because he
Well,
didn't
I
even
think the point
ask
of the
him.
scene is to show us that Buck Cashman and he means business. Alright, next, Springtrap, he's chilling in with the mayor. Um, freaking Vanessa's sitting at the head of the table, so that's great. I'm glad that new team, by the way.
Great symbolism.
Um,
He asks if he can speak freely in front of the missus. What's the protocol? Because everybody's different. Vanessa asks him if he's intentionally being abrasive. or if
Again,
he's just
that's
like kind of putting on the
kind of a fair
act.
question.
Fair question. He says, "I am what I am," and she says, "I doubt that very much." And then Wilson says, "Vanessa is privy to all my business dealings, and I hers, except for like the guy she was banging." Although I guess he was actually privy to that. It
And
was
then
described
yeah,
in
and
great
then
detail to
I mean,
him.
just to fast forward, Fisk is like, "Don't grandstand in my office." He's like, "I can do what I want. Your
I would
wife
call it
sucks."
divine intervention.
Yeah, and he's like, "This you're bad at your job." Like, Fisk should kill this guy. Fisk would kill this guy. Fisk
Fisk
would
would
have this
kill this
guy
guy.
killed. Fisk wouldn't work with this guy. He's
Yeah,
mad because the CIA are the ones shipping the ordnance into Red Hook, and Vanessa
yeah,
keeps smirking at him, and he's
yeah.
like,
And then,
and then like
you
that
know,
moment, and then there's a moment where she's like, where he's like, "We'll get this fixed up. We're gonna kill all these people." Fisk is like, I don't want to kill those people, even though Fisk has personally executed loyal members. He beat the crap out of Francis, who was like nothing but a good guy in front of
just
Leland.
because he was angry about something.
And Leland was like, "Don't do that, man." And
Yeah,
Fisk was like, "That's fair. That's a good point, Leland."
dude, when he like
Um,
wrapped his jacket around the guy and or wrapped the guy's jacket around his head and beat him to death just because he was mad about something,
yeah.
same guy.
Anyway,
Um,
and so then he says, "This won't get brought back to us." Right? And then Vanessa like looks at him, he's like, "Or you." And he's like, "Yeah, it won't cut back to me. The thing I'm setting up isn't going to implicate me." And I'm like, what is the point of that line? Obviously, he wasn't gonna implicate himself, Vanessa. Thanks, though.
yeah,
Circle's
moron.
complete. It's all aligned. Um, TikTok man, he walks into his empty apartment. It's all clean, and he has a Godfather poster. Subtle. Because he loves gangsters.
Mhm.
And BB is like, he says, "You're amazing. Thank you" to BB. And she's like, "I hired cleaners. Cash at me 500." I think that's what the "you're amazing" was implying, BB. I think we understand you hired cleaners.
Yeah, no, we picked that up.
You could have said cleaners cost 500, cash at me. Also, you got ripped off. And she's like, "That's my inside guy." It's not a secret. You literally exposed your source over a crappy article in season one. He knows. He knows you're just using him. And then Karen and BB talk about Ben, and it's like, BB's not a character. Like, this scene doesn't suck. And then Karen says, so, and BB's like, and she's like, "We're manipulators, which means we get manipulated easy. This scene sucks." Karen says, "I don't want you to follow in your footsteps of your uncle," because remember, she has a better relationship with her uncle than BB ever did, because BB didn't exist back then. Um, BB was probably like 7 also. And she's like, "He's a big part of why I'm here with you right now. I think he died to save me. You don't think that, you know that because James Wesley came to speak to you because you went to speak with, you know that he didn't tell Fisk because Fisk would have murdered the crap out of you long ago." Um, and she says, "'Cause Fisk killed him." And Karen's like, "Yes." It's like, okay, 3 things. 1, I thought BB already figured out that Fisk killed him. 2, why hadn't Karen already told her that? How is this the first time they're discussing this? And she says, "I have a lot of guilt about that." We know that's kind of been a lot of your character. Thanks for telling everyone who didn't watch. I'm pretty sure Ben died to save me. You know he died to save you. You know there's a lot of dead bodies behind us, BB. You did kill your brother while you were high. That was kind of a whole thing of your story you overcame. And then you killed James Wesley in self-defense. BB got Gallo killed. Um, I don't know what there's a lot of bodies behind us really applies to BB other than getting Gallo killed that they don't even really know they got Gallo
I
killed.
guess BB just because it's her uncle, but
And then so what she says, "I think maybe the best way to honor the bodies behind us, the best way to honor them, it would be not to join them." This is coming from the woman who went in to try to rile Fisk up and get him rearrested, went into his penthouse in season 3 and said, "I shot the heck out of your only friend ever and murdered the crap out of him," in hopes that Fisk would attack her so he would go back to prison. She was willing to die in the hopes that it would put Fisk away for a long time. But now, because she has screwed off to San Francisco for a year and then came back and is fighting crime again with alongside Matt, is like, we got to not join all the dead people. I think the best way to honor them would be to take down Fisk and get the truth out. I think that's probably what Ben would want.
yeah, well, it's what Ben died for.
It's what Ben sacrificed himself for,
Yeah,
and arguably his wife, because no one's around to take care of his wife anymore.
yeah.
So yeah,
Who
just
no mention of her at
she
all.
probably died. I don't, whatever.
She's probably dead.
Look, dude, we
Doesn't
haven't
matter.
got a mention of Foggy in this episode until later. Heather, so now let's talk about
Yeah, we
this
did.
Heather moment
She was like, "Oh wait, actually no, we didn't. Never mind."
until later in this episode.
Yeah,
We
I
can
forgot
mention
that was
Foggy.
in a minute.
Anyway, Heather is doing a grip strength exercise thing while listening back to her recordings of Jack answering the thing, and here's where we get what I'm talking about. Hawkberg's talking to her, and he's like, "You need to lie about this."
Yeah, you need to change the answers because it'll be easier to sway a
So
jury if they think he's
this is where
crazy.
I'm like, so she was being honest when in that earlier scene. That
Yes,
wasn't her lying because and you're like, "Well, no, she probably was." No, because when she changes, she's like,
super
I
emotional.
really shouldn't
It's like,
change this," and then erases it and changes it, and it's like, so she genuinely thought that this guy being like, "I'm kind of being held here against my will,"
was like,
that
"Hey, I'm being illegally
was
held
we were
here.
supposed to
I
interpret
want a
she was
lawyer."
correct from that.
Yeah,
And she sees Muse again, and then she goes all crazy mode because Muse. But then she gets some vodka, and now she's she's not crazy.
yeah, yeah. It's just bad. And then Hawkberg asked her out, and she
And she
hangs
just
up.
hangs up on him because because she don't need no man. She's able to be a
My
psychopath
girl.
all on her own.
Yeah, she's
Mr.
just like
Fisk is a
on the
big fan of
verge of a mental
yours.
breakdown the entire scene.
Well, no,
And then
that's the genius of the episode, man. The evil spirits sometimes possess me. So changing that one answer would make him a sociopath, I guess.
yeah, she probably changed others too, but I don't know, whatever.
Well,
Um,
that's supposed to be symbolism. It's projection. This is a whole thing of projection, by the way. That's the whole secret message. Matt is doing Steven Seagal training, but it's big fast. And now Karen and Matt do self Steven Seagal training.
and he goes too fast.
And
She's
he
like,
decides to
"Whoa,
tell us
Matt,
about
you're
scenes
going
we've
too
already seen.
fast."
He tells us stuff that's happened that we already watched happen.
They do exposition while they're going
And she
with each
says, "We need
other.
more people making trouble for Fisk." Just so we're clear, this lady, by simply existing, got punched in the face by Officer Evil Man. They're just like, just put him in the line of fire, small business owner. Get in front of us. We need meat shields.
Yeah,
Remember Miss Cardenas? Remember her? Innocent woman killed because Fisk. Yeah.
and it also like developed her, so you're like, "Wow, Mrs. Cardenas is literally the nicest person ever. I really hope nothing
Remember
bad
when
happens to
Karen
her."
forced Ben to do something he didn't want to do and it got him killed? And that was a whole. Remember, we just had a scene about how Karen forced Ben to do something that got him guilty, that made her feel guilty because she got him killed for no reason. Now she's like, small business owner? Get in there. Go take them bullets for a small business owner. And then someone accidentally let a fan get into the writer's room and write a line for Karen because Karen is now a stand in for the audience. As she says, "Do you miss it?" And he's like, "What?" Being Matt Murdock. And my answer, because this got released on social media before the show came out, and I just saw it and I was like, yes, I miss you being Matt Murdock. I miss Matt Murdock and not whatever skinwalker you are now. I also miss just Matt Murdock in general, even in this horrible show. It's like he's just Daredevil now. He's not even being Matt Murdock when like I think you can argue some of the most compelling stuff was Matt Murdock in the Netflix show. I wouldn't quite go that far, but like
And it also isn't like season 3 had the arc where it's like, "I'd rather, die as
yes,
Daredevil than
yeah.
live as Matt
He
Murdock."
just isn't being Matt Murdock. But yeah,
And
it's
that
just
but
like
that was like a character thing. This is just he just isn't Matt
she's just
anymore.
like, "Do you miss being Matt Murdock?" And he's like and I'm like, first off, I'm like, as the audience member, we're all like, "Yes, I do quite miss Matt
Yes.
Murdock and not whoever this character is." And then and he says, "Yeah." And then she says Nelson, Murdoch, and Paige. And I'm like, yes, we all miss that. That's
Yes.
all we ever wanted.
Everyone
And
wants
then they
that.
cut to their own episode of of them walking out right before Foggy was killed. And he's like, I don't know. I just trying to focus on moving forward. So that's the writers being like, no, you gotta move on, guys. I think this is
Gotta
a
move
meta line
on.
of like, Foggy's dead. Move on. We're not bringing him back. And she's like, I miss it every day. And there's I'm just like, Deborah Ann Wool, Charlie Cox, and Elton Henson are alive. Like the actors are alive.
And willing to do it. Like,
This isn't like one of the characters died. Now we have to really try to stretch for why they're not here. One of the actors died. No, like you chose to have Foggy killed and have Karen become not Karen. You chose to do
yeah.
this. You chose to keep McDuffie and Cherry around. It's like this was a choice you made. You can't be like, Man, don't you miss it? Emotional payoff. Come on, don't you guys feel bad that you're missing characters from a show we didn't make? It's like you're just trying to get payoff from something they didn't make and they chose to ruin. And Karen's like, "Yeah, I miss it every damn day." And I'm like, "Same, same." I don't miss it every day because I have it. It's 3 seasons and it's great.
I can
I
watch it
just miss it when I'm
anytime.
watching this trash. It's 3.5 seasons because like there's part of Defenders and it's like, there's some good Nelson Murdoch and Page stuff in there. Um, yeah, dude,
Yeah.
it's like
And then we go back to the restaurant again. Uh the first mate is there because we set that up a scene ago, and he's asking for help.
make him a plate. I did. He wants me to thank you personally. And she walks out there and she's like, at first I was like, oh, well, obviously they're not going to do something stupid. It's going
Yeah,
to
I
be
was
like
like,
Bullseye or
oh,
something, right?
he's
And then
she's
it's
about to
just
get
the first
murdered,
mate.
and then it's just him. It's like, how did he know to go there?
And he says, my name is, and he says his full name. I don't know why he's saying his full name. Why is he having trouble escaping a city? You just go. This isn't 21. Chadwick Boseman didn't come shut down all the bridges and tunnels. Just leave, bro.
But martial law, though.
Fisk literally only has jurisdiction over Manhattan. You could just leave. It's not that hard. Pay a taxi, dude. This isn't, he's not, yes, he's trying to escape the country eventually. That's not his goal right now. His goal is to live. Guess what? If he just leaves, he's good.
Yeah.
He's fine. Why did he go in and he's like, this is my full name? And then he tells her, I was on the Northern Star. Why does she need to know this? If she's known for helping escape people, hey, wouldn't it be better for you if you were just like, I need to leave. Can you arrange that? That way, there's not a person who can be like, oh yeah, I know his first, last name, and what he was doing and why he's running. It's like, this is an audience moment. This is, you clearly forgot who this guy was because he was only in the first scene. This is who he is, by the way. They say you can help me. I bet they probably could have paid for a taxi for you so you could leave. And
Also,
then she
yeah, who's
nods.
they? Who's
It's
they?
like, yeah. And then, so then there's some big music playing in Cherry's home. Cherry had a wife. Oh.
Oh, wow, I'm glad she's dead. I hate Cherry. I hope he dies. Actually, I
And
wish she was alive and
they
Cherry was
do.
dead.
So his name is Clark Pitts.
Like
And he was
Cherry
awarded.
Pits.
He was awarded. What is this? So he was awarded. He was the NYPD Officer of the Year in 2012. 3 years before the original show takes place. Where was he through all of the Netflix show? What was the Officer of the Year doing when Fisk
Was
was running
2012
things?
Avengers?
Yes. Hey, that could be a cool thing. Maybe you could give Cherry an aspect I care about of like, remember the cops and maybe do something
Yeah.
cool like he killed an alien or something. I don't know. Give Cherry something. That'd be like, hey, something.
Yeah.
It would suck, but
Be bad,
at
but
least it'd be something. Here's the
uh
problem. If they connect that he is in the 15th precinct, it's cooked. The implication, they might have said it in season 1. He was around. He's been around. He was around during the 15th precinct being corrupt. Are we sure Cherry wasn't getting paid off by Fit? Like,
and if he wasn't, how did he not die?
so the task force shows up. He's like, "Hey, open up, man." He's like, "No, not without a warrant." And then he sends no to Red Kitchen reservation at 7 p.m. Confirm, cancel. And he's like, "I'm in trouble, Matt, because that's what this text is." Um,
Yes. And then they
and
kick in the
then
door.
he says, "Door stays closed." And the officer's like, "Come on, Cherry, man. We know you as well."
Right, he's like,
Just
"Cherry, you
like
don't
all the
gotta
audience,
hey,
just
dear
like the whole
dear
audience
friend,
members. We
backstory
remember
haver
you.
Cherry, don't be like you don't have to be like this." And he's like, "I do have to be like
And
this."
he stands with his hands up like that's gonna matter.
Yeah, like like they aren't
The
the
guys who
murderous
just
Hitler
execute
Force.
people, he's like, okay, yeah, I do have to be like this for some reason." He could have just been like, "Hey, can you just like, can we just talk? Whatever information you want out of me, can we like, don't
Like,
break my door down,
we have a
man."
history. Can
Maybe
we just
stall for
talk?
time, considering this guy clearly knows who Cherry is.
And they literally just break down the door, ask him about the sailors, and start beating the shit out of him.
It's like if you were doing this, yeah, they sit him down. It's like, I don't know, dude. And the guy immediately points the gun at him. So apparently there's a whole network of cops. I believe this is those 2 random cops. Detective Kim, real character by the way, probably involved. They're hunting down some Greek guys. They're like, "Why are you looking for him? Why do you think he's looking for him?" Like, I don't what is the point of this scene? Why did they come here? So the true answer why they came here is so that we can have a big fight scene and then Bullseye can kill some people.
Yeah,
Um, but there's no reason. It's like, "Why are you looking for some Greek guys?" Because Daredevil wants to know where the Greek guys are, and these guys are helping Daredevil.
it's pretty cut and dry.
And then they beat the crap out of him. The punches look so fake. And Cherry's like, "You hit like a girl," which in fairness, the punches look really fake, but yet Cherry gets really damaged. And this guy's about to shoot the crap out of Cherry.
And then
Unfortunately, he doesn't. Matt uses ult. He pops ult and he knocks the guy
Daredevil
out with
shows
one
up.
Billy Club shot.
He takes him out instantly,
Guy
and
says on the
then
radio, "He's here, Daredevil," and he uses double ult and he knocks out the guy with one hit with his Billy Club.
Cherry starts to have a heart attack, and Matt hears it. And he's like, "Oh no,
And at
Cherry's
this
having a
moment,
heart
and
attack."
I think the same thing happened to you, and that we didn't communicate this before. This is the moment I stood up on my couch and I was like, "Yes, please let Cherry die."
Yes,
This
I was so
this shouldn't
pumped.
be happening. This there shouldn't be Matt's one of Matt's best friends. I shouldn't be like,
I
I
shouldn't be
really
like,
hope he
"Oh my
dies.
god, he's gonna die."
Let's
Yes,
go.
yes. Thank God he's
Hey
dying.
Cherry, maybe if you weren't being such an idiot, you wouldn't have blown up your heart, man. Don't blow up your heart.
Hey, Cherry, don't blow up your heart, man. I'm not gonna watch you blow up your heart,
And he
Cherry.
says your heart. And Cherry says, I suck. Yes, thank you. Yes, you do suck, Cherry. Thanks for
Yes,
admitting it.
a little self-aware moment.
And he's like, sure could take a punch a lot better 10 years ago. Thanks for not stopping Fisk, by the way. That was real helpful of you, man.
Yeah.
Um,
And then
it's,
more AVTF show up, and
and
they see
Matt was
Cherry,
hiding.
and
Matt was
Matt's
big hiding.
gone. And then boom, he pops out and
Matt was
takes
big
some of
hiding.
them out,
He's lucky they
kinda.
don't just shoot the crap out of Cherry.
Yeah, well, unlucky, but yeah,
No,
they
look,
don't
I'm
shoot
just saying
Cherry.
he's lucky. I'm saying for Matt's decision making, he's lucky they don't just shoot him.
Yeah,
Matt uses ult to knock one guy out in one punch.
and then,
And is he just
he's
tanking bullets, by the way?
no, I don't think they're shooting him because after, like, there's, like, one shot maybe goes off, but then they're kinda surrounding him so they can't shoot at him or they would just shoot at each other.
One guy shoots at him. Hold on, let me see if this actually. He
But
reacts like it hits him.
at least once they surround him, they don't do like Stranger Things did and, like, surround something in a firing squad circle and all shoot at each other, um, because that's not a thing.
Dude, they do it so fast. I just chucked it in .5 mode, and I couldn't tell if it.
He
I'm
might
trying
have
to.
taken a bullet, but
I'm trying to slow down. Well, because I'm gonna have a problem if he takes a bullet. Let's see. Let's
yeah.
see. All right, you can keep talking. I'm just. I got it slowed down, so it's gonna take a second for me to see if it hits him or not.
But he fights them
I
for a
think he
little
technically
bit.
dodges it. So I
Yeah.
believe he just dodged it. So
Um, then he gets distracted by Cherry's, like, having a heart attack, and gets smoked in the head, and then
oh,
they
so he also uses ult to knock a guy out with his billy club, and that guy shoots the other guy.
yeah.
Um,
And then they get him down to the ground and
and then he
beat
does
on
a
him a
yell.
little
Oh,
bit.
he did a yell. Daredevil yells. Remember Daredevil yells?
He did do a little mini yell.
He stomps on a guy and then he goes, "Oh!" Because Daredevil yells.
Yes. And then they get him to the ground. They, like, bounce his face off the ground a little bit. They beat him up, and then they start to pull his mask off. They pull
He
his
also just
mask off.
stops. So like he just stops. He's
Yeah,
about
he
to hit a
stops
guy,
fighting.
and then he hears Cherry's heart, and he's like,
He
"Remember when
freezes.
Foggy's heart was beating that
Yeah,
one time?
flashbacks. I forgot to mention that. To
Remember, remember
Foggy
when
dying.
Foggy was heart beating one time, which caused him to get snuck up on, and then punched 4 times, hit really hard 4 times, knocking him unconscious. The good news is there's never been any like proof that he's had a good chin or anything. That's not
He wasn't even unconscious. They just knocked him down.
it's not a key characteristic that he has a
He
really good chin.
he just got his bell rung. Yeah, but no, he's never taken, like, a lot of punishment before ever.
And Sherry makes a stupid face, and he's
Matt
like,
Murdock
"Oh
is
no."
notorious for, like, getting knocked out of fights, like, really quickly and
Yeah.
then not being able to fight for an extended period of time after that.
So then they pull his mask off, and it's like, "It's Matt Murdock."
What? It's Matt Murdock. This what? No
And so now
way.
it's like, "Oh, so these guys die."
Yeah, and then they do.
And
They
then they
all
immediately die.
they'll get shot in the head, and then a knife sticks in the ground next to Matt that says, "You're welcome," with Bullseye's
And the
logo
flies are playing.
on
Bullseye is very lucky this cop
it.
didn't immediately shoot him. And he took time to look at Cherry and he's like, "You believe this, Cherry? It's Matt Murdock, dude."
It's like,
And he
"Holy
holds the
shit,
gun
that's
to his
Matt
head for a
Murdock."
solid 2 seconds.
Yeah,
And then Bullseye shoots one guy, and then he shoots one guy so good he hits the other guy behind him. Then he hits the third guy, and then Cherry falls over, hopefully dead. Fingers crossed. We'll see.
please be dead,
And then
please.
Matt's like, "Oh, I'm big, beat up." And then Bullseye throws a knife that ricochets off one thing, goes up and shoots down and gets faster the more it's bounced off stuff, just like stuff normally does.
Just like things do,
Yeah, and it says, "You're
obviously.
welcome." And then you hear the the Bullseye noise. It says, "You're welcome." Oh my gosh, it's Bullseye. So they're gonna have to explain why Bullseye wants to work with Daredevil. And the episode ended.
That's it. That's all we got so far.
That was really good.
That was one of the worst episodes of television I've ever watched in my
It's
life,
not that
and
bad.
I'm
It's
really
not
glad that
the
we're
worst episode. The only
through
reason
it.
it's like one of the worst is because you have something to directly compare it to. It's
Yes.
not it's not actually like this is far from the worst thing the MCU's ever made, but because we have something to compare it to that is one of the best things they've ever made, it's like it just feels really bad. And it is
Yeah.
really bad. But it's like, yeah,
It's
it's
like
like,
Captain America 1 versus Captain America: Brave New World.
yeah. Just real quick, let's go over. Let's just like I got some videos here. We're not gonna like take too much time on all of them. It's just this is what we use some
Yeah,
social media
I gotta
reactions.
wrap it up relatively shortly, but
Oh,
we
we're
can
gonna go
react
quick.
to
We're gonna go
some
quick.
quick
We're gonna go quick.
stuff.
Yeah. So this guy, he's hype. Matt Murdock, he's getting to be full time Daredevil. He's beating the f out of people daily, going home to wigged out Kill Bill Karen Page,
Which is just not her character.
and that's not Matt. If you don't like Matt Murdock part, you don't like good stuff. It's like also,
Yeah.
what do you mean getting to beat the crap out of people daily? That's what he did. He was Matt Murdock and he beat the crap out of people daily.
Yeah, he been doing that.
We'll save the season 2. We'll save some of the full reviews for later. I'm just trying to like we just want to keep an eye on some of these people because I'm sure they'll keep this tone to the whole thing. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's like we'll wrap it up here, man. It's like
It's also people only now acknowledge that they'll go, season 1 of Born Again wasn't the best, but when it came out, they were like, "This is peak. This is the best thing ever."
wait,
Only now that
it's only
season 2
old
is
team
actively
episodes
coming
that are
out.
bad. New
Exactly.
team, they
Um,
cooked. Remember it went blue.
yeah, it went blue and then it went red. It's pretty good stuff, man. Pretty good stuff.
I don't know, dude. I did get emotional. Like I wasn't full on crying, but I did get sad. It's like because I know it's like it's not canon. Like it's just I'm sitting here. I'm like I can't believe you got all these people back, and it's like this is what you chose to do. Like I
No,
don't.
it makes me really angry. It's like
I
you
would say it makes me angry, and I do get mad when I see something. I'm like, oh, this is stupid. But it's like I was just sad. I'm like, you didn't have to make something awful.
yeah,
You just chose to.
you
Like you just
truly
did.
could have made like the best thing in years.
You could have just
Like
made an average thing. Like, I don't know, you didn't have to make something awful, and they made something awful. It's like, this is forever
Daredevil's
gonna
my
exist.
Daredevil's
It's
my
the same
favorite
as
Marvel project ever,
it's the same
and
as, like,
this
Indiana
is
Jones
terrible.
4 and 5. It's like, they exist. They're Star Wars. There's more bad Star Wars than good Star Wars. Like, I don't care about something I loved as a kid growing up because it was like, you chose to come back and make something awful.
Yeah.
So it's like, it just kinda sucks that's happening to a different thing that's really good, It's like, it's too bad. Um, it's not canon to the it just can't be. It's not even a mix of like, I don't think it's canon." It's like, it just doesn't work. Um, but yeah, we'll see. Next episode, we're gonna get Bullseye. Oh my gosh, big Bullseye. There's 2 episodes next week. Um, we're gonna have to go a lot faster. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure
Yeah,
something out.
we'll go quicker.
We get
Um,
hopefully we can start a little earlier too, but oh well, whatever.
I don't know. We'll see.
Uh,
Anyway, this sucks.
excuse me.
I gotta now work on a video on this for the next 4 days, 5 days. We'll see.
Yeah,
It's
me
gonna be a
too.
fun. It's gonna be a
At least
fun
I already
eight
have my
weeks.
notes done. That's something.
This is gonna be a fun 8 weeks. I'm really looking forward to this.
I'm really looking
Um,
forward to intricately looking at just how horrible they've ruined my favorite show
yeah,
ever.
yeah. But we, yeah, this has been subjectively correct episode 30. If you sat through any of this, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You can check out any links and descriptions wherever descriptions may or may not be at this
Uh,
point in time.
Stay tuned for video Daredevil videos on both of our channels. Right here on the Final Take for Caleb's video, and on R&R with Jake for mine.
Which is linked in the description.
Linked in the description.
And for anyone who's like,
Yes,
I'm the one
skip
person who
it.
listens on Spotify and last week's episode's not up. That's because I forgot.
We're sorry. Still, no, you didn't forget. Our producer
I forgot to
forgot.
do it, and I kind of forgot that's something we do because we had like 2 weeks off, and it kind of threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
We might be missing like 3 episodes. I honestly don't know. I have to double check. I kind of forgot that I was supposed to be doing that. So,
Oh, well,
um,
it's all right.
we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye bye.
Bye.